Oh, there's an audio issue. Oh, thank you for that. You know, I shared it in a strange, different way this time. Let me do it the classic way.
Nigerians go back to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and mind, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. Oh God of creation, direct our noble course. Lead us right, help our youth the truth to know. In love and honesty to grow and live in just and true. To build a nation where
Don't forget that state is now oil producing state. So they now have derivation. If you are not aware. If you want to speak for anybody, please do not defend a character. Please do not. Please.
Okay, let me respond to him.
Do not.
All right, thank you, Mohammed.
The people of that state.
Can I respond to him? Can I respond to him? Then go to hell. Then go to hell. Rudolph, go to hell. This is not a joke. This is not a turn by turn thing here. I wouldn't be here. After this election, stop coddling Showore and having him running his mouth. He cannot win a single local government. So
you are the one running your mouth. You are the one be respectful to Showore. Be respectful to Showore. Are you mad? Are you alright? Are you alright? Are you mad? Are you mad?
Mute that boy right now. Mute that boy right now.
Hold on.
Mute that son of a bitch.
No.
Thank you for joining us today. I'm still getting used to this fiddly equipment. Dr. Damages is enjoying his holiday today, so I'm here to a kind of a feeling for him. The show, I'm going to try to keep my mouth shut today because I know, my part 2 is supposed to be my session. So I'm going to give you guys what you guys deserve for Have Your Say. This is not a Have Your Truth sessions where I will interrupt people a lot. So I will try to keep my opinions to myself as much as I can. We are going to be covering several topics. And let's try to keep it civil, like as has been advised. No matter what your opinion is, no matter how disagreeable other people's opinions are, remember that we are all trying to find a path to make things better. I don't think anybody comes here wanting to make things worse for our people. So let's always keep that commonality in mind. I will try to be asking questions. When I'm asked to ask questions, it's just a simple question. I'll try to ask incisive questions so that, if I feel like we need to get deeper into any explanation somebody's given, or if I feel like maybe the statements are not very accurate or we need to shed more light, I will be asking questions. But that's all I will do. I will try my best, my all best not to share any of my own opinions. I something tells me I will not succeed, but I will try nonetheless. And also, if you the female gender, they want to join us, feel free to join us. Women are not joining us anymore. It's not good. It's only Adama the warrior that can join and talk and challenge the guys here. So you feel free to join us and share your own opinion, because some of the matters affect all of us. So why should the men be the ones talking about it? So I will leave that for now. So we'll be covering the headlines from Tinubu's trip to France. The Chad Republic kicking the French out in terms of their military, kicking them out of their country. Senegal doing the same thing, which is quite an interesting development. African countries are just getting fed up, and our president is running to France instead. So I don't know what that one is about. We have the declaration of Biafra in Finland. That one will be spoken about, and like I said, we have to keep ourselves civil. People have difference of opinion in all these things. We try to keep it civil. And we'll be talking about the refinery in Port Harcourt that has been put back in order. They said put back in order. Some people say they are just doing some blending magic there. So that one anybody that has the truth on that, I would truly appreciate it to share it with Nigerians so that we actually look into how true this is, because Nigerians, we have been done. The more you look, the less you see before, with the airline Nigerian air issue, isn't it? So that one is a little bit concerning. So I hope it is working. That is going to be for the progress of our people, because our people have suffered enough. My God, they have suffered enough on this issue. And which other topic is there to cover? I think those are the major ones. So I will just play some of the videos so that you guys get an idea of what we are talking about. Then some people are already joining in. Feel free to join in and share your own opinion on this, and let's keep it civil. We are all the same people. We've been around each other. Our ancestors have been around each other for thousands of years. I'm not even sure any group is any pure now. We are all just mixed all over the place. So let me bring the videos in. This one is the first one for the Nigerian refinery. Let me pull that one up now and play it.
In 2019, and since then, there have been several efforts to revive the facility with little success. This led the federal government exporting crude oil meant for refining, foreign exchange, and price stability. In 2021, the Federal Executive Council approved a $1.5 billion contract, that is about 600 billion naira, for the rehabilitation of the refinery at a meeting presided over by the then President Muhammadu Buhari. After several failed deadlines, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited in December 2023 announced the mechanical completion of the refinery. The company says the final crude oil refining and truck out of petroleum products from the refinery marks a milestone for Nigeria, and the Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPCL took officials and journalists around the revamped facility.
Now with the Dangote Refinery on stream, Port Harcourt Refinery on stream, we're hoping that the Warri comes up and Kaduna and will be net exporter of petroleum products rather than being a net importer.
Country for giving us the opportunity to serve and to see that energy security can be in control of the hands of our countrymen as we continue to grow our capacity in this location and outside.
Truck loading also commenced with several trucks seen standing by.
To be able to start loading our trucks here in Port Harcourt.
And in business news,
as you know, one of the key things that we do as NRL is ensuring supply security for the country. And I think it's great to have yet another location where we can load our products day in, day out to service all Nigerians via our retail sites or via our partners in all the different associations.
I'm very happy that it's working, because for we to live here and go to Lagos and load to come back to is a very stressful thing to us. So we are very happy that it's working now.
The capacity of this depot to contribute so immensely to the economic development and sustainability of this country and the community in particular. You can see the community has been here. They've been very peaceful because they've been waiting for this all along. So we're very happy that loading is commencing today.
When asked the reasons for the delay in the restart of the refinery, the Executive Vice President downstream blamed it on unforeseen circumstances, as several repairs of the machines were previously not yielding the desired results.
Just for disclosure, just to give people an impression what other refineries look like, this one is Dangote Refinery when they were showing it off to Nigerians, for contrast.
Of the House of Representatives, led by the Speaker, Mr. Tajuddin Abbas, and Deputy Speaker, Mr. Benjamin Kalu. They are at the facility on a fact-finding mission, following claims by the regulator that petroleum products from the refinery are substandard. Mr. Dangote guided the lawmakers through various sections of the facility, offering detailed explanations of the refinery.
So now we take that away and look at this one. This
mechanical environment. It's engineering, and it has to be from one milestone to the other. It's not something that you just jump to it, as it were. So we need to ensure that we did all the necessary compliance in terms of the operation environment, and ensure that we get the best resource. We don't need to repeat a mistake.
Located at Eleme in Port Harcourt, the refinery complex comprises two operational units established in 1965 and 1989, and with a combined installed capacity of 210,000 barrels per day. The older plant has a capacity of 60,000 barrels per stream day, while the newer plant has 150,000 barrels per capacity. Well, trucks have begun loading petroleum products from this spot, which includes petrol, automotive gas, oil or diesel, and household kerosene, while other product slates will be dispatched as soon as possible. The refinery's resumption is expected to further reduce Nigeria's dependence on imported petroleum products and reduce foreign exchange pressures associated with fuel importation. From Port Harcourt Refinery, Georgina Ndukwezaika, Arise News.
So that is the news regarding the refinery coming into fruition. So now let's go to the President Tinubu in Paris. Oh God, let me just play a bit of it. You know, recently we were busy bashing Davido because he spoke down about Nigeria. I must say, Schultz said something that I found quite pertinent today. That, you know, the president, hear what he said. You know, people consider what Davido said and hear what our own president said.
We cannot but invest in one another's economy. As Nigerian financial sector is involving in the France environment. Thank you for creating the conducive environment for them to flourish. And we are creating the same grant for investment in Nigeria economy for the French national. In the area of food security, it is a must. An hungry population is an unrestful population. And we hold it a responsibility by all of us to put together a food security program for private sector investors to come in, invest. We de-risk the fears that they may have. We've been working on stabilizing the security system in Nigeria, and we are getting closer and closer. We are doing better now in the area of security. I can assure all the investors here that Nigeria is open for business. And I thank you for your collaboration. Vital to this is the education of our children. We have a vibrant youth population that is well educated and ready to be trained, skilled, and development of our economy. This, I will emphasize that we need the French expert and investment to do more in this area to help develop our youth population. As your intelligence, to further de-risk the opportunity in solid mineral. We have this potential to diversify our economy from fossil fuels. Yes, we agree. The need for deepening the environment. But a starved nation will not care what weather or environment things. But no child should go to bed hungry in the world, 21st century. We need to collaborate further with that. The agriculture sector is a very potential, a good example. If you de-risk and promote, investment in dairy. If an African child is given a pint of milk in a class 100, there will be no problem going to the classroom. If an African child is assured of a good sandwich in a classroom or one egg a day, there will be no fear of learning. The more educated his population will be, the better and well-trained society. We have this responsibility that is unique to fighting terrorism. And no matter how much we invest in other African countries, we don't take Nigeria for a serious country and a partner in your crusade. You won't achieve the results. Nigeria is ready to partner with France so that we will have a very robust security operation that will stop migration. In Lagos, for example, we have tamed the Atlantic Ocean so far. And we're still, promoting marine and blue economy. Fishery is an important aspect of our economic potential. We need to collaborate more on that. On defense industry, yes, I really appreciate what you shared with us and the promise for the future.
So I will leave it there. You notice what he said on the defense industry. I thank you for what you shared with us and the promise for the future. No information about that. God knows what they promised him. So let's see what next. You can't go past any week these days without mentioning Simon Ekpa. But it's all right. It's the news. We have to cover it. Some people said I shouldn't cover it this week, but it's the news. We have to cover the news, isn't it? They declared the Biafran state. I'm not sure there is continued protests. Not a lot of people covered it, apart from this young man here. Let's see what he has to say.
Like play. Biafra has declared their independence November 29th. Like play. Biafra has declared their independence November 29th. In Finland, I don't know what the Nigerian government are doing about it, the security services, if they are watching closely about this development of Biafra declaring their independence in Finland. It seems like Finland is the front runner of this whole event. It's an event from Lahti, Finland. Biafra declared their independence. There are videos to read, guys. There are videos to read. And they even came up with a new national item. They came up with a new national item. So like I've said, I don't know what the government are doing about it. The event was massive. If I shock for the matter, it was according to the day the federal government had in mind was December 2nd, but I don't know, maybe they were like a confused deceiving the federal government and they did it on November 29th. The videos are all over social media on Twitter. Declaring independent in Finland from Nigeria. So somebody asked a question. Someone said,
I'm not going to belabor it. Let's move on to other news. So we'll talk about that too. I just want to cover the headlines so that we can move on. So this our you know, Yahaya Bello, it seems to be, I don't know, is he supposed to be a criminal or a superstar? I may be confused. Nigeria, they confuse these things these days. Criminals seem to be getting all the benefit of the doubt. I don't understand it. Let's hear this.
Guys, I'm tired. As in, I have come to associate the word Yahaya Bello with high blood pressure.
Let me correct myself. He's not a criminal. Allegedly, he is accused of something. You know, I have to protect Dr. Damages. All right.
Or tiredness, not just Yahaya Bello, by the way. EFCC, no offense, my father said. EFCC, I'm just saying, what kind of play is this? How can Yahaya Bello be telling the court that he didn't have time to notify his lawyers to show up in court? Sorry, before I get to what happened today, you will not believe all the drama that has happened just this week alone. Earlier this week, EFCC said that they've arrested the former governor of Kogyo, Bodaya, who allegedly stole money. Shall understand?
I am telling you that we arrested him.
Only for us to find out that Bodaya was the one that went to EFCC's office to turn himself in. So they arrested him after he turned himself in. I guess they arrested him, no, Koda. After all the drama that you guys acted, you were shooting. I told you that time. I said you guys are terrible with action movies. Stick with drama. See, I'm glad that we are back to drama. Nigerians are not complaining. We are not complaining. Drama is good. It's good for the soul. You see, they said we arrested him. He said no. I was the one that turned myself in. You see, very, very good plot. We are enjoying this so far. So they went to court the next day with 3 of Yahaya Bello's lawyers, where he faced 16 counts charge of fraud involving 110.4 billion naira. But Yahaya pleaded not guilty as it's a drama. It's a drama something. What were you expecting? I forgot. Before all that, before he pleaded not guilty, those people were so rowdy in the courtroom. The judge kept shouting, order, order. There was no order.
It's okay, it's okay. It's okay. No push. Lock this place.
Do you guys know that the judge had to leave the courtroom? Can you imagine? She only came back after order was restored. And Bodaya pleaded not guilty. And then today, the drama that happened today, they went back to court, where he faced another 19-count charge. The first one was 16. This one is 19-count charge of money laundering, amounting to another 84 billion naira. Casa. And you guys have suffered. Anyway, what is now paining me in this equation is the insult. I'm telling you, the way these people insult Nigerians, don't beg me, Ojane. Can you imagine? First of all, Bodaya is there acting like a celebrity. The man keeps waving and smiling as if he went for a photo shoot. Can you imagine? Like, what? How come there was no handcuff on his hands? Because if it was somebody that stole a goat now, you guys will put handcuff in his hands. The one that is paining me the most is, can you guys imagine Bodaya addressing the court, telling the judge that he was not informed of today's hearing until Thursday evening. So he didn't have time to notify his lawyers. I said, pay attention, by the way. He did not say that his lawyers were not able to make it because of short notice. No. He said he didn't have enough time to notify his lawyers. Bodaya, how much time do you need? How much time do you need to call your lawyer on the phone to say, lawyer, we have a case in court? So the judge was like, no problem. Notify your lawyers now. We are here. We will wait for them. My people, that was how the judge waited for 45 minutes, almost 1 hour, for Yahaya Bello's lawyers to show up at the court. They did not. And because his lawyers did not show up, they could not continue with the case. Do you guys think he did this on purpose? Let me know in the comment section. As it is right now, the case has been adjourned until December 13th. If you're not a Nigerian, by the way, and you're wondering what is going on, this is not new to us Nigerians. It is not new. When it comes to drama in Nigeria, we don't just watch Nollywood. I'm telling you, our politicians are even better. They are better actors and actresses. This is going to be a very long something.
First and foremost,
we'll be watching this on our plasma
what is
TV.
your grouse?
As you guys can see, they're already maybe throwing some suspense. It's going to be a very long song. The sad thing though is most Nigerians right now, they will tell you nothing will still happen at the end of the day. You know, this is all shakara, so that we can think that there is justice in Nigeria. Hopefully, the judiciary will prove us wrong in the case of Yahaya Bello. As it is right now, they are telling us that the former governor will remain in. And people are already wondering, does that mean custody as we know it, or VIP apartment custody? I mean, would have been a really good thing for EFCC to release a video for us to see the custody of his custody, where he will be custodying, you know, but that would be asking too much of EFCC. I mean, if Bobrisky can be protected in his custody, forget. Let me know what you guys think about this drama that is unfolding right.
With the bill, you have a general summary of your grasp with the bill.
Yes, two of them or three. One, which is very important, is the timing. Okay? I disagree with the timing.
You don't think it's the right time to present the bill?
Yeah, because Nigerians are struggling to survive. And whether you like it or not, because most of these people think that I don't know anything. So this time around, my discussion will be on a local basis. You know, supposing I didn't go to school. These reforms that you're talking about, Nigeria has some issues. Let's say like it's sick. And the president is the doctor. You go to the doctor, or you choose your doctor, and you tell him that, look, I'm suffering from malaria, stomach pain, and most of it is hunger. So, and I'm hungry, very, very hungry. So is it right for him just to say, okay, give him anesthesia, let's operate on him? He will die. Or if he doesn't have enough blood in his body, and you are saying that he should donate some blood, that is like tax. Tax is like, okay, look at you, you can, okay, I was here with you. I said, look, this problem with taxation is like, okay, they are going to take away. But if you allow me, feed me well, and that is Nigeria, and I'm okay, there will be too much blood in my body that I need to go and donate some even. So you don't even have to ask me. Our forefathers were paying taxes. In the north, we pay taxes. So it's not like we are being running away from taxes. We pay taxes. Nigerians, every responsible tax will want to pay tax, but the timing is wrong. That is number one.
Okay.
Number two, there is
so just before you move forward, the timing, when do you think would have been right to present this bill?
When there is no hunger, when people are living, not surviving. Look at what is happening in America. Before they swear in Donald Trump, didn't you hear it? I sent you that he said he's going to cut taxes because of inflation. Are we not having inflation? Inflation is going up. We're supposed to cut taxes. Ghana here, that are neighbors, they are cutting taxes. They reduced their VAT from 17% to 3%. Go and check it. They have abolished airline ticket VAT. They have abolished, tax on imported spare parts. They have abolished several taxes in Ghana here.
I imagine that the proposition.
So they are moving. Wait now. Yeah. You should move from tax reform to first in Nigeria. What we need to do is to reform the government. You know, part of it. Go and check our personnel and overhead expenditure for this 2024 is about 50 to 60% of the budget itself. We are here in November. 20% of the budget has not been implemented. But if you check the recurrent expenditure, it has been exhausted. So that means over 15 to 20 trillion is going into personnel, debt service, recurrent expenditure. Go and check. This is not me.
But Senator,
wait now. We should reform the government. Number one, reform not only.
I think he has made his point there. So we are going to be going to the panelists to discuss this matter. There are quite a lot of topics to cover. We couldn't cover all of them. So, but the ones we talked about today was Tinubu in Paris, Biafran declarations, refinery. We didn't even talk about Fisayo in military custody. We've not even looked into that. I think that's something we may look into this in later on. I'm not very familiar with that news. But let me just play this clip about, some of the shows that we attended and what was said.
I would advise him to be looking for defense partnerships instead of food partnerships. Nigeria has the capacity to make food. That has never been our problem. Our problem is that we are not a secure nation. Farmers cannot go to farm. The country is losing $50 billion per annum due to insecurity. And you want to go and get more cattle for the herders to steal?
These are stupid people who don't have anything to do. Come on. By the way, who are these people? I tried to research that very organization. It doesn't have any starting date. It doesn't even exist. I can't find any charter on it. Where is the registration? It doesn't exist. These things have been playing over and over. I think we should be tired of it right now. We all gather some racetrack or charlatans and just make declarations. Somebody calls himself president.
He succeeded in doing one thing, and that is to demarket Nigeria. How will they do that to solve the problem that you on your own have every capacity and resources to solve, and you are flying over to Brazil to talk to them to come solve the problem in Nigeria? I think the only thing that I see that may come out of this, whatever that MOU he signed is, the Brazilians will start importing meat to Nigeria. And there goes another dependence on Nigerians, that we're not looking at the Brazilians to give us meat.
Shey is going to have to deal with the Speaker of the State House of Assembly. Shey will also have to deal with Gbajabiamila, the Chief of Staff of Tinubu, who is also interested in running for governor. It doesn't matter where they issue the statement. When they get back home in Lagos, they have to fight it out. It's not going to be easy. His father is the president who make it an easy thing.
Is it proper for the president's spokesperson, Daniel Bola, to be telling Nigerians about this case instead of the Attorney General of the Federation? Is that some kind of mismatch of responsibilities?
Nigerians, the people to take action. Why should he be standing in front of the camera and looking at Nigerians to say, this is what is going on? The question is, Nigeria has a legal system. The NBA is there. The Nigerian judiciary is there. How come we don't understand what international law is?
Yeah, you guys should check that channel out, and they are doing a good job there. They are trying to promote and give the diasporans voices into the issues that Nigerians are facing. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me. Jide, I appreciate you for coming in. Revolution, I see you there, man of revolution. And as always, Oga James, he's gone off. This thing, but that's it anyway. Thank you for joining me, James. So where do we start from? Should we start with the French visit? I think that was the first video that was played. So let's start with that one. We don't want to get into the other areas yet, because I think a lot of people will be looking to chime in on that, and I think we are just starting. So what do you think about the visit to France? That's for GD.
Okay. Hi, forefathers. Yeah, thank you. How you doing? Hi, everyone. KG,
thank you for joining us. You're welcome.
Nice to meet you guys again. I hope everyone is doing okay. Okay, yeah, it's a very sad story. First of all, I'm not surprised. I don't know if people are surprised on the panel, but I'm not actually surprised. It has been a story that I've been anticipating. In fact, it's not for me. It's not new at all. In fact, it has been on the cards for a long time. So even since he was elected, so it's very sad. It's a very deplorable situation, but I'm not surprised. It's part of what I've been saying. First of all, for the Nigerian government to be making all these moves, it shows how weak our foreign policy is. That's the first thing. Our foreign policy is very weak. Our foreign policy is not built around the sovereignty of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It's not built around the sovereignty of the state itself. That's number one. Number two, I feel like we also need to understand that in Nigeria, growing up in Nigeria, and even before, even up until I left Nigeria, like one thing I noticed about Nigerians is that our political consciousness is very weak. Number one. Number two, like within that point I'm going to make, like we have we lack class consciousness. Like the Nigerian people lack consciousness, like class consciousness. So we always think that the wealthy class in Nigeria There will be a way they will always find a way to support and help us and solve the problem, our elites. But the truth is, the elites' interests, all these people that we look up to as our so-called leaders, they don't serve our interests. They don't. It is not a new thing. They don't actually serve our interests. They serve the interest of our enemies. They don't serve our interests at all, like any of them. I know sometimes when we talk about a lot of politics, we try to compare them. Who is better? Maybe if we elect one of them will solve our problem. The truth is that these guys, they don't solve our problem. Our elites, our political elites, our economic elites, and even the petty bourgeoisie, the entertainment people, all of them all together, they don't serve our interests as Nigerian people. We, the so-called masses, they don't serve our interests at all. They serve the interest of our enemies. And the time we begin to understand that concept, we'll begin to know that, okay, yes, like these people don't serve our interests, and we need to take them out of power. That's my major point. Going to France, him talking about food, him talking about education, him talking about healthcare, him talking about security, and so they want to collaborate. It shows that at this point, we've not learned from our past. That's number one. We've not learned anything from our past. These so-called people, they've not learned anything at all from our past. That's the first thing. The second thing is, how will you tell a foreign country to come and provide food for your people? I have not seen any responsible country that does that. Like, it doesn't make any sense at all. That's like your security. When you talk about security, like you can't be telling a foreign country that has an history of dealing with your neighbors in a very hostile, negative, and imperial manner to come and protect your own people. Like, it's so contradicting at best. It is the most foolish thing at worst. It's the most foolish thing that even a primary school child, being a leader of Nigeria that has the interest of Nigerian people, we will never do. You understand? Like, even the worst of it wasn't education. The fact that the Nigerian educational system, the foundation, the framework of the Nigerian educational system is still, we built it from our colonial past. And that is one of the reasons why a lot of Nigerians are not politically conscious. It is drawn from our colonial past. They are now adding salt to injury by telling France, an imperial colonial power, to come and help support your educational system. It shows the level of deplorable situation we are as Nigerians, not just the elites, even the Nigerian people, because this has been going on. This is not a new story. I believe the Nigerian people should be more conscious than this. But for him to be making all these moves, it shows that he is doing it because he believes the Nigerian people are under control and they've lost their consciousness completely. So I'll stop there for now. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. I think it's Revolution man. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Revolution. So what do you think about the trip to France?
Yeah, respect to everybody, Mr. Show. Every time, Vladimir, well done. And the other people, you know. What I mean, if you watch that show, my brother, what will I call it, a show or a degenerate? What on our way go school where you get what they call degeneration? You degenerate. You see, I want to my tongue. The man bring us down because he himself is down. I don't go lie for you. Before Una and myself, I was crying when I was listening to this man talking. Because if you see as that, the Frenchman, he was just looking at him, say, I don't know whether you see that picture. He was just dumbfounded. What's in this old, I don't know, make a no stock call. What's this man talking about? You just bought a plane for $100 million or whatever, and you are telling a French president where they tackle. I never know whether I don't go France before. When you reach France, you see poverty. You see people poor on the street of France. You see it like this. You go to say a joke. Now then you the contest say your people, if you give them sandwich and egg, they will be fine. You can slap them. You can do whatever you like. A whole country like Nigeria, giant of Africa, it's not for mouth. We are the giants. We have it all. For me, I was shedding tears when this man was talking. I know that I was crying. Say, what's wrong with this motherfucker, man? You gonna tell people, say, we need help when you just bought a plane of 100 million, man. brother, I don't get more to say about that. That's it, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Revolution, for joining us. I think it's Mr. James from Gambia. Thank you for joining us, Mr. James. Greetings. So what do you make of the trip and the relationship with France now? Your audio is, your mic is muted, Mr. James. I don't know whether he's hearing. There is no sign of response. Okay, I think we'll move to the next person while he sorts out his technical issues. God knows I had mine earlier on already. Who is next? I think it's KJ. Should we?
Yeah.
Yeah, KJ. Yeah, what do you make of the trip to France now? Is he going to save us? It's possible. All is possible in the name of God.
In the first place, let us look at France and Nigeria. France is not in Africa. So if it's for strategic reasons, I think a visit to Cameroon, Niger, Chad, and Benin Republic, and even Burkina Faso would have been giving us a better protection than going to France. French at this point, or the France at this point, doesn't even have the economic power because they are trying to survive. And their survival is depending solely on what they are getting and how they've been able to entrap monies coming from Africa, the Francophone speaking African countries. Take away those resources. I'm not sure that France will still remain, apart from maybe their nuclear power, but I'm not sure that they're going to be any place where anybody will want to go to. And if these other countries who France have held down for so long are jettisoning France and moving on, why should we be the ones now to go revive that relationship? Are we seeming to forget that just 2 days ago, the ECO, which was the West African money that we wanted to use as a means of exchange, before was able to be presented in the West ECOWAS, France beat us to that. They made it, took it over, and eventually presented it to us to sign on. And that was why ECO never went beyond what it were, or what it has become till today. So what am I trying to say? These guys all the while have been sabotaging Nigerian moves before Tinubu came into government. And even after Tinubu came into government, they are still doing one or two things, trying to make Tinubu to go into war with Niger. And you call them now a strategic partner. On what basis? You want to sign an agreement to teach French in Nigeria. Are we not learning French? My wife's first degree is in French. And we have French speakers. In fact, almost every university in Nigeria offers French in first and second, and even some people go ahead to do masters in French. So what is new in what you're signing? Apart from the fact that in Nigeria, we have turned governance into a friendship, a kind of thing. You come into authority, instead of using your position to help your people to the best interest of the country, you want to further the nest of your friendship, to make yourself look good before your foreign slave masters, than to make yourself look good within your country. I think that's the biggest flaw of leadership in Africa. Thank God for the new ones, new guys, new brains that are coming up who are not afraid to stand up and tell them, to go to hell. And until we come to that point where you stand up and say, look, we are no longer going to be the factory producing resources, raw materials for you guys. We're rather going to produce the raw materials ourselves and sell to you as a finished product. Then we will go nowhere. Look, if you want to know how much money is going to come from this trip to France, go take a look at the picture that they snapped at the end of the conference. Majority of the people who are there are Nigerians. They are ministers, they are governors, they are people in his cabinet who went with him. That's all. They've collected their ESTA code. They've enjoyed France. and probably enjoy the shopping, and they are going to go back, and that is the end of that mission. But the people they've gone to that mission with extract every pound of flesh from this agreement signed. Whether in the end of the day we are able to get anything from it, it's not their business. And that is how Nigeria have continued to spin around this vicious circle that will go all through, and we have started again. How long will you continue to go and demarcate Nigeria? You went there to say this is how cheap we are, and yet you've gone to ask for money. And just like Revolution have said, you bought planes, you bought Escalade, you building houses, you are doing everything. You bought a yacht, even though your capital is very far away from the sea. Okay, and all this, and you still want to go out and ask for money. How stupid can we be, for crying out loud? These are things we should examine, and this is the reason why people in Nigeria should rise up and ask questions. You have to interrogate your government and ask them the reason for all this wasteful spending. Before I conclude, I want to shout out to the flagship, who is hosting Dr. Rudolph and Kenneth. As you guys enjoy that bottle of wine, please remember us on this side. We are also included in the wine. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was a good shout out, as they say. Is this show that is next? Everybody. Yeah, sure. Thank you for joining us. So, yeah, what do you make of this trip? By accident, they could do something good for Nigeria, like wanting to support Nigeria to be able to counter the influence of these Sahel nations that are abandoning the French now. So maybe the French will be like, you know what, to do that, we need to empower Nigeria. We need to work with the Nigerian government, give them more weapons, more stuff. I'm just saying, I don't know. So what do you think?
Then you woke up from your dreams. Good evening, everyone. It's good to be with you. Happy Thanksgiving to our brothers in the States, and all to the viewers who, probably ladies who are watching in America. Happy Thanksgiving. Send turkeys across the pond. Good to see Dr. Damages not damaging anything. Flagship and Kenneth, salute to you guys. So with this trip to France, I think something that crossed my mind over the week is sometimes when we converge here every weekend and we speak, it sounds like, to me, I might be wrong, it sounds like we talk to ourselves, those of us here who know a bit more. If I'm not wrong, the purpose of this is to enlighten our people back home. That's to, of course, share ideas and all of that, bounce off each other, but the primary goal is to enlighten our people back home. So sometimes I think when I speak, at least when I speak, I will try to explain it in terms that they can understand and can relate to. And I'm not saying they're stupid or slow or anything, but just to break it down for people. I see France as that Egbon Adugo, as they call them, that senior bros for area that's not doing much for himself. But you get ayaj, you get name, you get chest, they go gym, based on say no get work. France is that Egbon Adugo. Nothing's going for him. African countries, the Francophone, they are the rich girls or children of the rich men that this Egbon has dated and has abused in public. It's not secret. That is abusive relationship. It takes from them, doesn't give anything back apart from abuse. These girls have now woken up, thankfully, and say, you know what, no more, I'm done. But you know that girl for area that now comes and say, I'm the one to tame this guy. I'll be the last one he will cheat on. I'm that girl. After me, nobody else. It will change. That is what Nigeria is right now. So we're going into that relationship thinking it will be any different for us than the other girls that France has abused in public. We will be abused in this relationship. It will be public. You would not need CNN to televise it. We would feel it. You might be in the UK and the US. As long as you have family back home that you send money to, you serve in the UK and US, you go feel them. Tinubu said he will not rest until Nigerians feel the impact of his reforms. That sounded like a threat to me. I was like, bro, we're feeling it already. Slow down. What more do you want us to feel? You see Chad telling France, pack your military bases, 9 of them. Why do you even have 9 military bases in someone else's country? 9. Chad said, pack your military bases and go. Burkina Faso is doing the same. Mali is cutting ties. The Senegalese president, Bashir Rufai, I watched his interview the other day. He said, he asked a rhetorical question. He said, would France allow, and it was intentional about the countries he used as example. He said, would France allow China and Russia to have military bases in Paris? And he included Senegal. Would France allow Senegal to have a military base in France? You would not. So why are you having all these military bases across Africa? I think the reason is simple. They install these military bases to keep you in check. The day you say no, it's easy for them to deal with you from within. They don't need to travel far. They already have boots on ground. So they can deal with you quickly. So I'm not sure what Nigeria think, what the President Tinubu and his guys, what they think they're going to get out of this relationship. We should be going into this conversation, going back to the relationship analogy to say, what do you bring to the table? We should be asking France, what do you bring to the table, as they often ask in relationship? And we should be telling France, as some Nigerian girls say these days, I am the table. France cannot be asking us, what do you bring? We are the table. But do you think those guys who went there to take photos and be smiling, do you think they're having those conversations? If they're going to get anything out of these conversations, it is what they would get personally as a small group and not what Nigerians would get. I mean, from the minute he's telling them, give a Nigerian child an egg and sandwich, as they called it, it is our responsibility. Who cares if it's your responsibility? Who cares? They bring shame to us on a daily basis. Imagine Nigerians in France tomorrow on Monday going to work. If a Frenchman, Caucasian, looks at you in a funny way, I'll be thinking, they've told this guy all I need is an egg and I'll be happy. We need to stop doing these things. And I think Nigerians, and us included, need to start checking these our leaders, poor excuse of leaders. You cannot continuously do this. We might not have as much as we need, but we're not as broke as you make it seem. It's a Bambiala government continuously carrying your begging bowl across the world. But your reality does not tell us you're broke. But like someone rightly said, you bought a plane, you bought a yacht. Your excuse is that you didn't buy the yacht, Buhari bought the yacht. Sell it half price. If you really are broke, sell it half price. You can't be broke and be buying Gucci sneakers, forefathers. You go to M&S and buy decent sneakers. You don't go and buy Gucci and Fendi, Ferragamo, Bottega, whatever they're buying. You don't. But this is what these guys are doing, and they keep telling us to tighten our belts. And I think the reason why they do it is because they know that our votes are inconsequential. Regardless of what happens, they are sure of victory in 2027. I mean, you look at the tax bill, look at the way they are discussing it. Okay, I'll let somebody else speak.
Yeah, I have to give it to you. You do have an innate wisdom. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. And all these people that have been breaking the rules all this while, the flagship and co, they've been there doing stuff. And now they want to. You're welcome, the flagship. Thank you for joining us. I gather that you are with Dr. Rudolph and Kennedy.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
I think you're loud and clear.
All right.
Poor Father, I don't think you're seeing me at all, bro. I don't think you're seeing me.
No, I'm seeing you. This is just an intervention.
I don't mind intervention, but even before KJ spoke, I was to speak before. So you didn't say nothing. You just went on and on.
No. The reason why is because KJ came in earlier on and came back.
Continue, bro. Continue. Yeah. I'm just.
I can see you there.
I'm just outlining your errors against me.
Thank you. All right. Go ahead, the flagship. Thank you.
Thank you so much, forefathers. I apologize for breaking protocols and interrupting the show, but I think this part is very important that we capture this. I have here in my home Dr. Rudolph, Dr. Damages, and Kenneth. They are visiting with us today, and I count it a big privilege to host Dr. Damages in our home.
Careful of Kennedy, very, very careful of him.
While the show is on, we are going to do something that is very traditional. I'm a very traditional person from Nigeria, and I believe in our customs, the good part of it. When a visitor comes to your home the first time, you have to welcome them formally. So Rudolph is here, Kene is here. Rudolph came with his son, to visit with us in our home, we are happy to have them and to welcome them. So as we do in Delta State, where I'm from, when a visitor comes to your house, you have to present them with kola nuts. And in addition to that, you give them drinks to support the kola. So I have here Rudolph, kola nuts.
Thank you so much.
And where I'm from in Delta State, the kola nut does not walk by itself. It cannot travel alone. It has to be supported by drinks. That's why I have put here some drinks, the English version of wine, and the traditional one that the elders drink, and also the soft ones for those who do not, they cannot accommodate.
Bread are not big enough or strong enough.
There you go.
For Kene.
So to support that, where I'm from, you have to.
Oh, you have to use.
You have to use money to wedge it.
Okay.
Because if you don't, it is said that the kola nut will fall. And if the kola nut falls off the plate, the elders, our ancestors will not be pleased. So before me is the kola nut to you, Rudolph, and to the entire Dr. Damage's Show crew and team, listeners, and everybody out there. I want to support the kola nut on behalf of myself with $20, and also on behalf of my entire family with another $20.
Wow.
So at this point, in my language, we say, "Isiagwai."
Yeah.
And you say, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So now, Rudolph, you will receive it.
Oh, okay.
On behalf of everybody.
Okay.
Kenny too will speak.
Okay. All right. In my language, we say that the kola from the king will go.
Oh, but make we see your face now.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. You see my face now. So thank you so much. We are very honored to be received here by you, your family, and everybody. And those watching at home, we appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for allowing us to indulge in this ceremony. But it's very important. This is why we do what we do. We want to connect to people, and we want to establish relationships with our people all over the world. And we're happy today that we are at the home of the flagship, and we saw his beautiful family and everybody. And where I come from, we said that the kola nuts belongs to the owner, the king. So the kola nut will come back to you. I will support it. This is your tradition with this. And then we go to Kene, who is also here. Kene, it's over to you.
Okay. I greet Dr. Damage's Show. I greet everyone. And my special greeting to the person that we are in his house today, in the person of the flagship. He received us with open hands, as we all can see. And in our place, you don't put this while praying over the kola. So I will respect that. And being that they are my elders here, so I have to accord them that respect. Yes. Where I come from, as you all know, in Anambra, as in Onye Watoji, Watando, he who brings kola brings life. So we receive this kola with open heart. We know that you've given us that welcoming, what they call it, it's a symbol of welcome, right? So I support Dr. Damage's visit. As you all know, I'm escorting Dr. Damage. So
you came here on his own rights.
Yeah. So Dr. Damage has given the transportation that will accompany the kola to the person. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And we will break the kola, but we will not keep you all waiting. I would like the show to continue while we break kola nut and share amongst ourselves. On behalf of myself and my household, give me a butter knife, please. I want to break the cola. And the Dr. Damages show, you have your own cola. So I'm going to present it to you all.
Whenever you come to Atlanta.
Whenever you come to Atlanta, I will break your piece and give it to you.
Yes.
Yes. Bear with me, please. You got a table now?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. You know,
yeah.
This is
I must say you have a beautiful home, and I'm sure everybody is taken aback by what we are seeing here. It's a beautiful stuff, and this is something that came from this channel, you know. So that's why, you know, when we are talking, we have to remember we are, you know, our brothers keepers, and man, I'm quite taken aback from what I'm seeing here. So well done.
Thank you.
So what have you guys got to say now? You can chime in. This is an intervention, so you can feel free to add.
Let me finish this part.
Okay.
Don't worry. The violence will commence. Don't worry. I know you're in a hurry for the violence.
No. I want them to chime in on what is happening. You know, on what we are observing.
This is this caller here. This one is for you, Rudolph. As the head of the channel and the founder, I present you this call or not on behalf of myself and my family, that as you eat it, may God bless you. May God give you every desire of your heart.
You said?
And as you give a platform and a window for all Nigerians, regardless of where they are, to come together and speak, share amongst ourselves and try to figure a way out to make ourselves more closer and neater, regardless of where we are from. I say, may God bless you. And may God support everything you do and open more doors and windows for you in the name of our Savior, in the name of our ancestors, and in the name of good life and healthy living. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Amen.
So much.
And this one is for Kene. Kene, you say you are the escort today.
Yes, sir.
He came on his right.
I want to say that as you receive this kola nut from me, may your ways and your everything you do always meet light.
Yes, sir.
As you have escorted Rudolph here today, more grace, more blessings will escort you.
Amen.
Not only escorting you, but they will be with you.
Yes, sir.
They will be in your household.
Yes, sir.
Everywhere you go, the name Kene, when it is heard, will be synonymous to goodness,
yes, sir.
To greatness.
Yes,
that as we eat this, we didn't ask where each one of us are from.
Yes, sir.
But what we know is that we are brothers.
Mm-hmm.
We are Nigerians. So we eat together in unity. As you receive this kola from me, God bless you and prosper you in Christ's name.
Amen. Amen. Thank you.
This one, speak this. How old is the book?
He's 17.
I
have to think.
He's there already. So, but first, I will give to my wife, who's the mother of this house.
Mm-hmm.
And when I told her that Rudolph was coming, she said, "Are you sure?" the renowned Rudolph is coming to our home. We have to receive him. I hope he's coming with his wife and children. I said yes. But circumstances beyond his control did not make his family come with him. So to my wife, where is she? Thank you for supporting him. Yeah, come on. You have to receive this one. It won't take long. For receiving and supporting what we do here, and for supporting me and saying, may God bless you and everything that you do in Christ's name.
Amen.
Udoka, I'm seeing you for the first time.
Yep.
This is what we do where we are from in Nigeria. I know we are all in America and in the Western world, but there is a place where we came from. And this is how we honor our ancestors. And we cement our brotherhood amongst ourselves as Nigerians. I know you're, I mean, if you're past 17, he's there already at 18, right? So you're almost an adult. This one is for you. Thank you and God bless you. My son will receive one, but I will receive it on his behalf because it's not there yet. This one is for me and my household to say that God bless this house. That God came and met peace. Peace will continue to remain and follow you all in all that we do. And God will prosper us and keep us with longer life, healthy living, and greatness, not just for us alone, but for our dear nation, Nigeria, as it stands right now. So God give peace to every one of us in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
And I will also not fail to give to the Dr. Damage's show, Forefathers. You are the one hosting the show today. So you will receive it on behalf of everybody on the screen and those that are watching and those who will watch and those in the comment section as well. We are all Nigerians regardless of our differences. So I present this one to the Dr. Damage's show that as we continue to deliberate, that one day and someday very soon, hopefully by God's grace, we will figure a way out to provide a one lasting solution to our nation, Nigeria. Even if it doesn't come from us, but we can present it and hand it over to those that are coming behind us who will run with it and maybe someday fix Nigeria. So this one is for the Dr. Damage's show.
Thank you. I'm humbled.
Amen.
Sir.
Sir.
I'll keep the cola. If you come to New York, you get it.
Nice one. Thank you. It's been really, really beautiful to watch. Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Now you guys have finished breaking protocol, and thank you for joining us. So now let's get back to the conversation. Flagship, you're a superstar.
That was beautiful. That was absolutely exquisite showcase of Nigerian brotherhood. Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, man. That was nice too. Jagun, respect, man.
Yeah, and somebody in the midst of that, you know what somebody said in the midst of that? Now I want Biafra. But I don't know what that means, but it's all right. Free thoughts.
Our people, man, we're fantastic jokers.
You can't make it up, man. You were like, now I want Biafra. So please,
it's my turn. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, all. That really gladdened my heart, lifted my spirit. I was ready to start firing after Forefather. But Forefather, I salute you based on the brotherhood that has been exemplified by the great flagship and the crew. Kene, you did well, Baba Rudolph. Behave yourself there. Anyway, let me continue on this level of our dear T-Pain and his exploits. Everybody who spoke previously on this issue, I'm in full agreement with them, with you, in that this is a joke, isn't it? It's a joke for people that are paying attention. At the time, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger had their upheavals. The way I was looking at it is that this is necessary. This is neo-colonialism being shown the face of defiance. And that's how I looked upon it. And it is so strange that so many of us were talking about military rule and talking about all these things that are inconsequential in the grand scheme of things when you're looking at the geopolitics of what's going on in that West African scape. West Africa, by my intention, West Africa and all of those Francophone countries by now should be one economy. By now, if people are paying any attention at all, it should be one economy under the ECO as expressed by KJ earlier. And my observations are clean that Tinubu is a great friend his junior in age of the French president, Macron. They're friends. Tinubu has been in and out of France since before he gained the presidency. Because Nigeria is not a Francophone country. So whilst France is doing a lot of work and has been doing a lot of work in Nigeria particularly, the antecedents of France in the rest of Africa is appalling. It's appalling. It's dysfunctional relationship that Africa has with France. Yet a fool like Tinubu, of which there are many Nigerians who are as foolish as he is. And what I mean by that is that we seem to enjoy following the wrong path. I don't know how we do it. The thing that is what we should not do as a country, as a nation, that is what we are doing all the time. We've been doing this kind of thing. I don't know really when we're going to wake up. I really have no idea, because we should not be allowing our government to be playing against us in such an open fashion. You're playing against us. You're supposed to be our striker. You're supposed to be the man that scores all of the goals, yet you're scoring own goals, and we're watching you. I mean, when are we going to wake up? Aren't we tired of this? I mean, for real, aren't we tired? I've got my square plans in my head. I can't necessarily share them on this platform, but I wonder if people generally are thinking of a real way forward. Between now and 2027, we have got to stop this thing now. We have got to stop this governance. We have got to stop this presidency. We have to get into a deep conversation, deep one, for the next 2 years. And at that time, we should have arranged what our policy should be. And if it takes more than 2 years, if it takes up to 2028 before we bring and trust ourselves that we can actually perform this democracy in the right and truthful and honest fashion, until we're ready for that, we shouldn't go to any next election. What we're electing, with what we've been electing for the past God knows how many years, it's becoming a shame, a crying. It's past shame. It's horrific. It's a horror show. It's a horror show. Nigeria, what are we doing? What are we doing? You know, I'm a man that always looks for good news about Nigeria. And you know what? I always find it. There's too much good news about Nigeria. Too much. Too many individuals who are really walking with purpose. Too many of us that actually are trying to join that purpose thinking. But our elite, our government, our nationhood really is confused, defunct, and awfully corrupt. And we've got a serious challenge on our hands. How are we going to get that? We only need 10% agreement. I keep saying this thing. Me, I'm going to disagree with any kind of rubbish I come across, and I will disagree with it and try and understand. However, I'm still looking for the agreement amongst our people that brings together. We only need 10% agreement among us. If we have 10% agreement, as people will bring down this government, and we will have what we know as men we need to have as a governing body in that country called Nigeria. It's Nigeria. I don't care what anyone says. It's the best country in the bloody world. We don't seem to understand. It's the best country in this planet, with the serious people in there as well. It's not to say that we withdraw the land from its people. We are the best people in the world. But something is killing us in our mentality, in our psyche, in our gleeful enjoyment while people are perishing next to us. We can't balance it like this. We can't see on television our president, so-called, being in France, shaking his hand, when we all know France is against us as a government. They're against us. I mean, that's what I've got to say, but I'm exasperated with the fact that we still find ourselves lumbering like a big giant that has no flexibility, elasticity, thought process, memory, agility that we need to get to where we're trying to get to. We're behaving like a lumberous, slow thinking, slow-minded, and that's not who we are. Nigerians, I know, we're quick thinking. We're there, no mucking about. Nigerians that I know are ready to dedicate to their time to studies. 3 years, 5 years, whatever it is, we're doing it. We can concentrate like that. So how is it that our country is in such a shambles? And when you look at it, you can clearly see that there's no thinking. There's no thinking in this polity. This doesn't look like thinking. This doesn't look like a thinking peoples. If this is what they've created after 60 odd years, you can't see the thinking. So, I mean, I want to leave it there because I can get into a deep diatribe. I don't want to. I thank everybody. And I really thank Flagship for bringing our emotions to a better level. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yes, man of prestige. Yes, prestige. Is it the first stage you are in now, prestige? First stage of grief. Is that where you are now? It's all good. Welcome, man of prestige. We've all pretended as if we've forgotten the tragedy that has befallen your people in America. Thank you for coming. So what do you think about this journey with the president to France and the relationship with the country now?
Yeah, before I proceed, I have to greet everybody. It's a normal courtesy. Good afternoon and good morning here, wherever you are. Good evening. Righteous Man, it's nice to see you, Righteous Man from Nigeria. Yeah, so our first topic, we are just focusing on the T-Pen trip to Paris, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. But before I proceed, I just have to tell you, election is won and lost, so it's over. I mean, so
you don't have to say anything. We're all here for you.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad to me, okay? There's nothing to feel bad about it.
I'm just saying.
We are all in it, whether you're from Nigeria or wherever. It is what it is. So let's proceed. So let's talk about what's really happening right now in Nigeria. That's our main concern. America will be great anytime, any day, but Nigeria is not great. So focus on a country that is not great. Forget about America. They are great. I think people are taking what's really happening right now for granted, because what Tinubu has come, to do is proper to mortgage our country, and that's exactly what's transparent, in that trip that he took. I don't know what is his alliance with, with the French people or something like that. People who have stayed. He has visited French many times ago. So is he pivoting to French to, a form of imperialism, which is, that's what they are coming to Nigeria, because France is a broke country. They don't have any money. I mean, the West African, Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali, and Senegal. I heard about Senegal too. They have kicked them out. So they have to find another alternative, in order to exploit. And Nigeria is a typical example. And you have somebody there, our president, which is pretty much compromised. Either way, so that's where they're paying attention. Look at what just transpired. People don't understand. They are playing the music. The other lady playing music, Asa, she's based in France. Then they started playing P Square. I chop your money. Is that coincidence? Look at the music those white people play. They didn't invite P Square, but they say, I chop your money. Why did they choose that music? Pay attention to this. Is that a coincidence? Or whatever. They are coming to chop your money. So let's speak within English. They are going to chop your money. This is the bottom line. Nigeria is the next, it took all the whole Nigerian, elite. Elumelu, Ovie, I've forgotten the guy's name. I mean, almost about Dangote was there. So who is not there? And that's what's going to happen before we pivot to the tax bill. You will understand what's going on in the tax bill. The people that's going to benefit. I don't want to talk about the tax bill. We're going to talk about the tax bill later anyway. But the bottom line is that they are come to mortgage, the country. And watch what's going to happen. Look at the kind of dignity that, they gave to Tinubu. Just like what they give to American presidents. Even more than that. And, they are smiling and whatever, play music they like and everything. I go chop your money. Yeah, he's going to chop Nigerian money, but hey, we don't know. I mean, it's not funny, but it's a calamity coming to Nigeria. I don't have much to say, but That's what it is. That's where we are in Nigeria. You know, so they say election has consequences. If we voted for Tinubu, you know, we know he's antecedent, but we didn't know it was going to go this far. So thank you very much.
You know these French people, they will do this their state visit and give us salutes and everything as if that is going to
you blame them. You need to blame your country. Don't blame them.
We are the ones falling for it now.
Exactly. So don't blame them. French has no resources. I mean, they depend on other countries. I mean, you know, they have kicked them out, so they have to find an alternative. What is the rich country they have to find? Nigeria is a typical example, and they have somebody, you know, who is willing to play game with them, and that's where we are. You know,
sad, isn't it? You know, in this same France, one of their officials was running to India just a year ago or so, begging them to come and accept nuclear submarine. What do they have to offer us other than gunshot salutes? But our leaders still go like Mumu. I don't understand it. This is our own people. We wash these leaders' cars. We will bathe them, treat them, greet them, secure them in Nigeria, and they fly over there. I don't know how this is happening. It's like
this is exactly how we know that we as a people sold ourselves into slavery. This is how we know that we did that, because of this level of conduct from our president. This is how you do it now. This is how you sell slaves. You know, somebody will sell you. It's disgusting.
Thank you. Okay, KJ wants to have an intervention.
Just 1 minute.
Well, I understand what you're saying.
If you want to know how we have degenerated to the abyss, it's seeing when Nigerian president is receiving foreign guests. The Scottish fluters are the ones that receive them into the presidency, into the Aso Villa district. So you ask yourself, and since Buhari introduced that, I've been asking myself, of what part of Nigerian culture is the fluters that they are using to welcome foreign guests? What sense does it make? Have you ever gone to any foreign mission or nation or wherever they invited you and you saw them dancing your traditional dance to welcome you?
No.
But you have almost 12 of them lined up side by side, blowing flute that I don't even know what it is. It's not Ogene flute. If it was Igbo flute, I will say. If it was Yoruba flute, I can say. If it was Hausa flute, I can make a sense out of it. If it's a traditional flute, I can make. They are blowing the Scottish, those they are, whatever they call them, and wearing Scottish skirts.
Yeah.
We'll never finish with that. I just have that for you to think about. Thank you.
Can I ask KJ something? KJ, when did that happen?
It's a sorry state of affairs.
It's always been there. You can Google it.
Wow.
In fact, the last visit of the Indian Prime Minister, they are still there. They welcome the Prime Minister.
Okay.
Yeah, you can Google it. It started when Buhari came in, and they have been running since then.
Thank you for that, righteous man. So, what do you make of the visit? You know, I'm just hoping that somebody is going to shine a light that we've never seen, that this is going to end up well. You know, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, good evening from here to every panelist. You see, the truth is that the man of color got problem. And the number one problem that the man of color has is hypocrisy. It is difficult for us to look at ourselves and tell ourselves the bitter truth that we should know. The man of color is a hypocrite. Unless you have been granted by the Spirit of the Almighty God for you not to be a hypocrite. I am calling on the owner of this platform, Dr. Damages, with his friend, Showore. They teamed up to bring us to this state we are in now in Nigeria. By removing Goodluck Jonathan, their propaganda of Sahara reporters made Nigerians hate Jonathan regime and Jonathan and his wife. Look at where we are today. You guys are in abroad. You don't know what we're facing here. You don't know the pain we're going through here. You don't know the calamity that is befalling Nigerians here. And Jonathan regime was like a paradise compared to what we're facing here today. The likes of Dr. Damages, Showore that is calling for revolution, which can never happen, team up together. Every day they were online, canvassing against this man, bringing propaganda, telling us all kinds of corruption that never existed. Today, Sahara reporters are dead. They are not saying anything. What are they saying? And we are here dying. We are here languishing.
Can I put this to you quickly, righteous man? If I can just put this to you
I've not finished. Jogu, my brother, please. Let me air my view. They say, have your say.
I just want to say this.
He doesn't want to give way. Allow him, please. Don't worry, your turn will come.
No, I don't want.
Go ahead, the righteous man, please.
So look at what is happening in Nigeria. It is not good road we are talking about. It is not education. It's not healthcare. It's not security. It's not business. You work hard, you earn little. It is not transparency. Look at what happened in Edo election. Did any of you listen to Chidoka yesterday on China's television? When he analyzed that election, you will cry to be called a Nigerian. You will not be proud. And people are criticizing Davido for saying that what are you going to Nigeria to do? The economy is in shambles, it has crumbled. They say, it's not a good man, it's not representing Nigeria well. Why do you want the young man to tell lies? Because he had been here. He's more or less living in Nigeria. He knows what we're facing. He faces everyday pain of Nigerians. Look at the Edo election. Look at the outcome of that election. It's a flawed election, but a governor has been sworn in. And that man said that if what happened in Edo is allowed to stand, people should forget 2027 election. So where are we heading to? The state had been captured. Look at Port Harcourt Refinery. At the end of the day, we discovered that actually the refinery is not functioning. This is garbage in, garbage out they did to confuse Nigerians and the rest of the world. Why are you going to France? The French-speaking countries in Africa, I've been to so many of them. I've been to Mali, I've been to Burkina Faso, I've been to Cameroon for business trips. Go to those countries. What is happening there? And France has become the new bride now for Nigerian president to every day is there. If France, what do you call it? Bilateral relationship is well. Why did Niger dot them out? Why did Burkina Faso reject them? Why did Mali reject them? If they have been doing good. So Nigeria is being resold again because of the pride of one man and his syndicates. And it's time we stand up and tell Nigerian journalists, starting from Dr. Damages to the so-called Showore who is campaigning for the revolution and those who are backing him up. They made us lose a good man. They made Nigerian democracy go to the bottomless pit as we are having it today. They gave Jonathan a bad image, created all unreserved images. Today, nobody is creating that image against this government. And we are suffering here. Nigerians have no job, no money, nothing is working, my brothers. It is not about grammar. It is not about being politically correct. It is about facing the reality of what we are facing in Nigeria. It's not working. It has been captured by few people, and those few people are ready to get any person who stands on their way down and have their way. Now, why wouldn't we have the likes of Simon Ekpa? Why wouldn't we have agitation? Why? You can't see what is happening here without rising up to agitate. Don't blame these guys. Whether they are doing it rightly or wrongly, it is a bad governance, bad state of this country that is giving birth to these agitations. It is horrible. It is terrible. Thank you.
Thank you, righteous man. That was a strong one, man. And all that cool or not, he didn't go far with you. All right. Man, this guy, he never forget to. Since Jonathan, this was struggle. Ike, Ela Mefule, thank you for joining us. Yeah, you know, our president went to France. So, any good news?
First of all, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody from my beautiful island here in Bonaire. Forefather, first of all, you have to respect my last name. If you don't know how to call that last name, stop making nonsense of my father's name. Do you get my point? If you don't know how to pronounce that name, just call Ike. I'm okay with that. Stop.
Okay, I'm trying to learn it. I'm trying to respect it.
Don't just try why I'm here.
Okay,
because
fine.
I didn't join this station today. So if
Thank
you have wanted to know how to call that name, you would have asked me that for more than two years now. So if you just call me Ike, I'm okay with that. If you want
Please,
to know
can you tell us the full name now? Give us.
If you want to know how to call Alamefle, I will teach you how to do that.
Alamefle, I got it now.
So don't play with my father's name.
I'm not. I don't intend to. Sorry.
Name, right? First of all, I want to thank Mr. Flagship and his family for welcoming our brother, Dr. Damages and Ekene in his house. I think it's a very good thing, and I really appreciate that. I mean, only that image today, I am fulfilled for today, right? And I think that whenever such opportunity creates for all of us, we should be able to know ourselves. Shouldn't be only here. When we have opportunity, let's try to know ourselves in person. It's good. But it's sad that somebody like Forefather, we don't know where he come from. We don't know where he lives. We don't know who he is. But you see the way he was enjoying it. You see the way you see the way he was so happy of what the scene. He was enjoying the scene of Dr. Rudolph and Ekene and Flagship. But we don't know who he is. I don't know where he comes from. I don't know where he lives. He cares not to. He will tell you, I'm a plain politician. I'm a Nigerian. Who said that I'm not a Nigerian? I'm a Nigerian, right? So if you see the way you're enjoying that, you should be able also make us here, all of us who come here every day for almost 2 years. You should also respect each and every one of us here, because maybe show know where you come from or where you live in London, because all of you live in London. But I don't see why sometimes I should be coming here to discuss about Nigeria when I don't know who you are. I don't know where you come from. Because your antecedent during the time of election, you are a 85% supporter of Tinubu government. Pretentiously now, you are still supporting that government, but you come here to pretend, you come here to camouflage everybody. So sometimes when I want to talk about Nigeria, where you are present, I'm always very cautious because I don't know who you are. I don't know where you come from. I don't know who you are working for, right? So we have to be honest, like what Righteous Man is saying here. Because if I don't know who you are and you're hosting a program, I don't know why I should be able to make. I don't think why I should say much about who I am here, because I don't know who you are. People who are journalists who conduct interviews on televisions and news media, they introduce themselves to the people that are watching the stations. We don't know who you are. So, but we laugh it off here. We pretend as if everything is okay, but it's not okay. I didn't expect you to enjoy that scene of Dr. Damages and Ekene and Flagship in his family, because we don't know where you come from. Everybody here now, we know where everybody comes from, but we don't know who you are. So I don't even really know what to talk about, because sometimes it irritates me when people are talking about who they are, where they come from, and when they ask you, you laugh it off. I'm a Nigerian. Who is not a Nigerian? Am I from Mali? I'm a Nigerian. I'm not from Mali, right? So you should be able to tell us where you come from, so that the same scene we see here. Because if I don't know where you come from, and I happen to travel to London to see you, and I meet you on the street, I will step 50 miles away from you, because I don't know who you are. I'm telling you that,
and I will chase you.
I'm just giving you my mind. If I see you anywhere, I'm going to stay very far away from you because I don't know who you are. I don't know who you represent. I don't know who you're working for. But like I said here, during the election, 75% of everybody who is here, who is honest with himself or herself, know that this man was supporting this government. Even up to today, pretentiously, he is supporting this government. He will not come and tell you Dangote refinery, Port Harcourt refinery, everything is scam. This is a government that is built on propaganda and scam. They don't have anything. This is the government that has been fighting for legitimacy, which they will never ever have. And I don't think that we should come here to talk about the man who went to France. Going to France, what change does he make in Nigeria? What change does he affect in any Nigerian common man in the street? Like our brother who is in Nigeria, Mr. Righteous Man is saying, he's going to France. What change does he make? I lived the Mali for 13 good years. I've traveled all the whole Francophone country. Those countries before, we said that they don't have anything, but they are better than you because at least if nothing, they have 24-hour electricity supply. Do you have it? You have everything, but you don't have. Those countries who abandoned France, you have not asked yourself, why did the Francophone countries in Africa decided to let go France? Now he's giving an illegitimate president a very big welcome. Then I will come here and I clap hand for him. He is not my president. I say it everywhere. He doesn't represent me because it's an illegitimate government. The same thing we talked about when the other man came last week, when we were talking about Soludo. The same thing that is happening in Edo State. That man is an illegitimate governor. He is not the governor of Edo State. He is put there by the same people who have captured everybody in Nigeria. The same thing with the governor of Enugu State, Governor Mba of Enugu State. He is an illegitimate governor. It doesn't matter whatever he's doing in Enugu State because he never won the people's vote. We have to call a spade, right? Because that's the only way Nigeria can be better. You cannot, on the foundation of illegitimacy, and all of a sudden you become illegitimate and I begin to clap hands. No, it doesn't work like that. Because I never lived my life an illegitimacy. I live my life based on what is supposed to be a man, that you can be able to stand anywhere in the world tall to defend who you are. So I don't see what story is all about. This government, these people that is in Asoro, can we refresh our minds back? Nigerian Airways, the first week he came to power, he brought an airline in Nigeria. I said it here at the Dr. Damage's platform. It's not up to 2 hours. When I made the comment that I made, it was reported that it was the Ethiopian airline that they painted on Nigerian court. Not up to 2 hours when we are discussing about, because I said this is all about, this is scam. The hospital, they spend billions of dollars in Aso Rock. Where is the hospital now? Go there. You cannot find paracetamol. But at the end of the day, they will leave Nigeria, go outside for medical treatment. Why the spending of billions of Nigerian money to build hospital at the Aso Rock? Still, those people don't use that hospital. They still have to use our little resources we have to go outside and seek for medical treatment. What kind of a people are we? This government is built on propaganda and scam. They have nothing to offer anybody. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you know what is so annoying? When they are lying or doing this propaganda, they think that Nigerians are fool. Nigerians are not fool. Look at the scam in Port Harcourt Refinery. And
let's try to keep it on the French VC. We'll talk about the Port Harcourt Refinery after now.
He went to France. He went to France. So what? He went to who doesn't have money to go to France? Who cannot afford a ticket to go to France to go and join himself in Paris?
Okay, sorry.
Thank you.
Father. If I can see Dr. Kelly, if you can sit up, we don't lie down, so we can bring you up.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
All right, thank you. I will just, Father, I'll put myself behind stage so you can bring him in.
Okay, yeah, Dr. Kelly, please sit up. Yeah, welcome, Dr. Kelly. I think it's Mr. James. He has been on and out. Mr. James, thank you for joining us. What do you make of the trip to France? And any good thing can come out of it?
Can you please hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. The line over here seems to be very weak. So if you are not hearing me, you can take me out of the studio. Now, Mr. Tinubu, it's difficult to really analyze this guy because Mr. Ike, if you remember, while we were meeting on Symphony TV in 2022, I said there was no need for the general election of 2023. You are my witness. Ovi is also my witness. There is no need for us to organize any election in Nigeria because the country is not organized. The country, as far as I'm concerned, the country is officially dead. The Chief Zebrodaya will say the country is dead, died. So I don't see why we are even organizing an election at all. Now here is a president who went to France, one of the most powerful countries of the world, behaving like a slave before a slave master. He's telling the Frenchmen to come and educate us, to come and reform our educational system. The most successful educational program in Africa was executed in Nigeria by Obafemi Awolowo. He never went to anywhere other than Ikenne in Ogun State. With his men, they sat down and worked out the modalities, and that program has been the most successful mass education program in the whole of Africa. It's so sad that the same a Yoruba man like Awolowo is going to France, telling the Frenchmen to come and educate Nigerians. Now, he's tilted towards France, while the Sahelian countries are moving away from France. I live inside Senegal because Gambia is right inside Senegal, in the belly of Senegal. They've just conducted
Shame. Yeah, when you come back, you can resume. Who is next? I think, okay, I think he's coming back. Let me get him back on. Yeah, please go ahead, Dr. James.
Yeah, I'm sorry. They've just, no, I'm not a doctor yet. I'm Mr.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Mr. James. Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay, thank you. We live inside Senegal. Senegal has just concluded a parliamentary election because when they came to power, they flushed out the old order and they could not win the parliament. They could not win the House of Parliament, but they won the presidential election. France has been using the parliament to distort, to create a lot of problems. They have no option than to call for a quick election to rectify this problem. And now they've got hold of the House. They've told the French military personnel to fork out of the country. The same thing I was told happened in Chad Republic. So the whole of West Africa right now, probably with the exception of Ivory Coast, there's no French military base in the whole of West Africa. Now we are gravitating towards France. It has very serious political implications because there's going to be a military showdown between the Russians and the Americans in West Africa. And if Nigeria happen to be gravitating towards one of these superpowers, then we are in for a very mighty trouble. So now is the time for Nigerians to wake up. And not only that, we should be tired of saying we are tired, because from the look of things, we are not yet tired of saying we are tired. The earlier we get tired of saying we are tired, the better it will be for us, and we know what to do to fix the problem, because I'm foreseeing very terrible security problem is coming up. The Islamist, people, they want to take over West Africa. And the French want to regain West Africa. The Americans, they want to have a foothold in West Africa. They are finding it very difficult to talk any other country into, to get along with other countries who will give them a military base. Liberia will no longer do it. Because while they were in Liberia, civil war broke out and they turned their back on Liberia, and Liberia suffered catastrophically. So they find it impossible to go back to Liberia. So, ladies and gentlemen, we should all wake up and we should brace up for in fact, a terribly hard time ahead of us. The future is very bleak. We've toyed with our security, and this is the consequence. This is the price we have to pay. We will never get it right easily. From the look of things, thousands, if not millions of people will lay down their lives for this very problem. A very mighty trouble is coming. Thank you.
I agree with Mr. James. I have to say I agree with
it might seem like it's far-fetched. What he's saying, we have to be worried. Trouble
Honestly,
is coming.
it's really bad.
Dr. Kelly, thank you for joining us and trying to meet the standards of the channel. Welcome.
You forgot about Chinozo. I thought it's Chinozo's time. What are you doing?
Sorry. No, I'm welcoming Dr. Kelly.
Oh, okay. No, I thought you were giving him a preference, It's okay.
Oh, no. He was here a lot earlier. We were just keeping him backstage because he was lying down. Yeah. Thank you for coming in, Dr. Kelly. Please go ahead. You are muted, by the way.
So, did anybody watch the presentation at the Athena Center by Osita Chideko about the election?
Yes, I watched it. Yes, I did.
So if you watched it, and you can bear with me that the electoral process in Nigeria is not catch and carry, and APC has messed up the electoral system that even the back end server of the INEC now, they are cohorts of every step of the way, the manipulation from the ward to the coalition center, INEC. If you watch that presentation, there were even forms that was not authorized that was scanned to the IREF.
Sorry, doctor. We are actually currently discussing the trip of the president.
I understand. So I'm trying to give you a background. So the trip of Tinubu is not going to produce anything. The electoral system is compromised. The judiciary is compromised. The House reps and is compromised. The executive is compromised. So this man is just he is just so nepotistic that the trip to France, it is not going to produce anything. It is just a show. It is just a show. They just went there for a show. What are they going to sign? Frenchmen are not going to come to invest in Nigeria because you don't have the right environment. You don't have the necessary environment for investment. If some of us here tell you how much you have invested in that country, we regret putting such investment into that country today, and you will be like, wow. I can confidently tell you that I've lost well over $1 million in Nigeria because of lack of good roads, lack of electricity, and no honesty. How can you go over there and you have a problem with anybody? You go to the justice system, it takes about 10 years to resolve that problem. So, Nigeria, all these discussions we're having here, whatever where, I'm in Texas, but whatever where we're having discussions, it's not making any effect. The people back home, they don't care about me and you. They don't care what we talk about here. All they care is what they, whatever they want to do, they do it. So they don't care. Us coming here to, have these kind of discussions, they don't listen to us. They don't listen to us. Every election in that place now is compromised. The election of 2027, the result has been written already. The result has been written already. So my, fellow panelists, or fellow, I don't, the country is in shambles. I can tell you that.
Okay. Have you finished, doctor?
Yeah. If you have a question, I can answer it. If anybody got any question for me, I'm ready to answer it. If we don't have good electoral system going in 2027, even on the election, they didn't even have up to 20%. 15% of electorate that voted. Here in the US, of course, forefather, you deal with statistics. You know how many people, excuse me, that voted in the US election.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how we're going to be staying here talking about Nigeria that is not moving forward, is not moving backward. Look at this thing that, the Calabar Expressway. What is the destruction of those properties? And they rerated it somewhere else. They destroy all those properties. People's properties will destroy. I heard that yesterday the motor pass market in Lagos was on fire. Look at the destruction of wealth. No matter who it belongs to, I am an Igbo guy. No matter who it belongs to, look at the destruction of wealth in that country. I don't know how one is going to think of investment when there's no conducive environment provided.
Yeah, it's a lot, and you have lost a lot because of it. Believe me,
please, I want
we're all
to
at it.
just give me a minute to just tell you guys good night for today.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, doctor. You said something. That's why we are calling for revolution. When we mention revolution, some people will be saying, Showore. We want a general revolution in that country so that things will start working. A house that is not working has to be brought down. That is the solution, but Nigerians don't want to call a spade a spade. We keep running around.
Mr. Revolution.
We have to destroy that country to rebuild it, not complaining.
Mr. Revolution, the revolution that I will support is that at least 1 million Nigerians, the elite club has to die. Has to be wiped away.
People don't want to even
sorry, I'm sorry. I think you guys have gone over the bar now. See,
okay. I'm sorry to say this. The revolution, it cannot happen with the ballot system.
No, it can never happen. That's why. But you people have, doctor, sorry. You guys are the people not allowing the revolution to start because somebody like Shores is starting it. We have to join hands, forget about the past, and remove these people by force. Good night, gentlemen.
Thank you, Revolution. Your name is your word. It's just what it is. That's really upstanding. I think the Blackstone was here, but he cut out. Thank you for joining us, Paul. No, NNPC. Thank you for joining us, Chino. So, so what do you make of the president's trip to France? Any good?
Number one, my name will remain Chino Son Dubisi. I am from Biafra, United States. That is where I am from. For the president who went for France, he's still messing those who believe in Nigeria up. It's an evidence of a dying horse. It's a really disgrace for those who believe in Nigeria, because those who still believe in Nigeria, they are also my brothers who live in Nigeria and who believe, because we must have different beliefs. That is why you have different parties in Nigeria. You have APC, you have PDP, you have APOGA. So you choose your choice. So for those who see that they still choose Nigeria, they are those who believe in Nigeria, and that is what their president is doing them. So what, no matter how they say it, is left for them. Like somebody said, that this structure of the building is not good. It needs to bring it down. When we bring it down, we now ask ourselves, how are we going to move? And if we want to do it, we don't need to bring statements or tribal mark on it. We need to come out like people who want their freedom to fight for it, or who want their country to be good. Those who are in America today speaking big grammar should know what America went into before it becomes a safe haven for anybody who lives in America today. You know how Germany fights before they get their safe haven today. You know how UK fight before they get their own. So, and the country that Nigeria president went to is a country where our nearby Africans are chasing away from themselves. That is why I said going there simply means that Nigeria is not working, and you can see a cry of a dying horse. That is why you can go there and look at all of you who believe in what Nigeria has said, that there is a hunger, that you people need egg to eat, that after eating the egg and the rice, if you slap any of them, they will remain silent. And that is what is happening, because they believe they are the one who own Nigeria. Because Obasanjo said that, Buhari said that the youth of Nigeria are lazy. You know what he meant? But what he meant is that none of the youth of Nigeria are ready to remove tribal mark on what they are doing, remove statements in what they are doing, and call a spade a spade. In going to France, honestly, for those who believe in Nigeria, it's a very big disappointment. That is number one. And also, people like Forefather are supporting people like Tinubu, because up to today, we all in this house, I said I am from Biafra, United States of Biafra, that is where I'm from. I don't know where Forefather is from till today. And he's ashamed to say where he's from. Any man who cannot mention where his father is before he answer Forefather, all of us here can answer Forefather. It's not a name. It's a guy name. When somebody who is hosting this kind of a program cannot open his mouth and said, this is where I am from in this world. Forefather fall from heaven. He's a man who fall from heaven and enter on this program. So, Forefather, please stop lying. Stop deceiving people. Tell us, where are you from? Who are you? Are you among those who are Nigeria? Are you from Ghana? Are you from Ivory Coast? Which village, which country, where is Forefather is coming from? If all of you know, since I've been joining this program, I never know. All I know is that the name is the Forefather. That is all I know. I have my forefather. He's not my forefather. So tell us where you from. Dr. Damage has where he come from. Anybody in this parliament has where they come from. It's only you that are afraid of where you from. That means you are among Bulgaria people, Tinubu people who are bringing Nigeria down, because you are not proud of where you are. Me, I am proud to say I am from Biafra, United States in Odimegu State in Old Anambra. That is where I'm from. My country is Ihiala. This is who I am. And my name is Chino Son Dubisi. Forefather, what is your name? Where are you coming from? I want to stop here for now.
Forefather, can you give me a minute? Just a minute.
Yeah, please go ahead.
I mean, we're all here congregation as Nigerians, to conversate for the betterment of Nigeria. Whether it's going to be better, nobody's know. But I think I'm getting tired of people being fixated about where forefather is from. Forefather is from Nigeria, where he's a Nigerian. He doesn't want to, I mean, it's not imperative that he disclose where he's from. I mean, he's exemplifying himself as a true Nigerian. I mean, I don't really have to identify myself that I'm from Imo. That's not relevant. I mean, we're all in Biafra. So in my own opinion, this is strictly my opinion, he doesn't have to. I mean, we shouldn't become here bashing him, to disclose where he's from. That's not relevant. He's exemplifying in Nigeria. Whether you like his opinion or not, that's a different story. I mean, that's how I feel. I just have to express that.
Thank you. Just in case anyhow, just give me a brief. You know all the ones that been ruining you right now. What good has it done? It just tells you that whether you know the person or not, it doesn't even matter. Most of you guys don't even know the colonizer that buried all our ancestors, and then we still run to those countries to go and declare our nation. But it's all right. I'm your problem. Let's see. Paul, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, Forefather. Sometimes when some of us say all these things, and just on the flip side, it's just funny. The day I become citizen of the United States of America, when I was doing my naturalization, I give my full 100% allegiance to the United States of Nigeria. That does not mean I still don't associate myself as a Nigerian. You understand? I was born, raised in Lagos, lived the better part of my life in Lagos, but I'm from Delta State. That does not mean I'm not from Delta State. Or that does not mean I'm not an illustrious son of Lagos State, where I live my life. I have a community there. So this low-hanging fruit, I don't think that's what we need and everything. I understand the pain and everything. See, let me tell you, George Bush as a president, you understand, if his policy failed me, he favors some people. Barack Obama as a president, if his policy favors some people, he did not favor some people. That's how the Nigeria of today is. Yes, truth be told, the government has been failing us tremendously. The United States of America, the Democrats and the Republicans, you understand, if you like the Democrat ideology, then you don't see anything good coming from the Republican. And if you like the Republican ideology, you don't see anything. But what I can tell you from a layman's point of view, when I go to a Republican state, they do well. And when I stay in Democrat state, they do well. Right now, I'm living in a swing state, blue and red. The governor is Democrat. My two senators is Democrats. But the status of assembly is dominated with Republican, more of a red state. And therefore that in last election, Democrats won. This election, Republican won. You understand? Are my kids do well? Am I doing well? The answer is yes. Are they not doing well in certain things? The answer is no. It's called politics. That's why we debate. That's why we vote over these things. You understand? I vote my last election because of something that dear me much, much important. I vote in that direction. You understand? Do I like my Igbo people? The answer is yes. Do I not like some of my Igbo persons? The answer may be also yes. Do I like my Yoruba people? The answer is yes. Do I not like some of my Yoruba people? The answer may also be yes. It comes like that. But we don't need to demonize ourselves when we're talking all these things. Tinubu going to France, I think Tinubu, you understand, let us down. But why did Tinubu let us down? Some of us who watch football, in my layman's way, where they talk about football, they say winning team don't change strategy. For ages, Africans has been going to this big league, go beg money all the time. You understand? So just like they say winning team don't change strategy. That is what they know how to do. Maybe that is what they know how to do best. You understand? They go there, they go complain, they go ask for handouts, they go ask for aid and the likes. That is what they know how to do. They don't know how to cut deals. Because when they go cut deals, even work against them, because these people will come back and threaten them. Do you know how much threatening the United States threatened Goodluck Jonathan for him to give up that election? You understand? If I will blame Goodluck Jonathan, I will blame Goodluck Jonathan, say, you're supposed to be a man enough when you actually lose the election to come outside and say, oh, they threatened me. At least keep it to yourself when you are still contesting. But when you lose, what are you hiding? He that is down fears no fall. But the problem is that we don't know how to cut deals. You understand? We don't know how to cut deals. I will say something that will make some people come attack me. I said something the other time when people talk, for example, the likes like Ibeto. Oh, Dangote bring Ibeto down. Dangote did not let Ibeto. But we have 5 states in the southeast. When they are giving all this contract to build all their roads, infrastructure, why didn't they also give this contractor say any state you use in doing any road in southeast must be from Ibeto? Ibeto will still remain in business. But we don't know how to blame ourselves. It is easy for us to blame people. You understand? I'm from an oil-rich region from my mother's side. When I went back to Delta, where my both father and mother come from, they told me that I'm not from the struggle because I was born in Lagos. An illustrious son, mother, father, matana, mama, papa, papa, mama, whichever way. They said I'm not part of the struggle. How will you explain that? Then when my sister became the managing director in the then Oceanic Bank, Cecilia Ibru, and the likes, my so-called Urobo people also complain again. They say, oh, if you go Diamond Bank, they put only Igbo people there. If you go First Bank, you see only Yoruba people there. Now Urobo people have our bank now. They go employ Igbo people for there. They go employ other tribe for there. You understand? So we do all those funny things. But those are low-hanging fruits. We don't need that. I'm telling you, the greater good, let's just tell us, Tinubu fail us. But we don't need to go down more to be blaming ourselves in this across state line, across the system fail us. The Ruben Abati saga and everything. So many people educate somebody like me who is not from the Southeast. You understand? If federal government put Ministry of External Affairs, Ministry of Education, Ministry of this, all Nigerians that are going to school in Europe, you need to legalize your documents. You need to do anything before you can even apply to go to school in Europe. Don't you think everybody will find themselves in Enugu if Ministry of Education is in Enugu? Don't you think everybody, every student that want to japa will find themselves there? But when we don't have all these things, that's why people will not go there. But some of us don't really understand. We just think, oh, Igbo people need to sell land. You understand? If I go to Nnewi to go buy pharmaceutical product and I will spend 2 nights there, do I need to buy land and build house there? But if they transfer me to Ministry of Education and I'm going to stay there for 17 years and I'm renting, will something tell me to buy land and build house there? These are the things. So our government keep failing us. But let's not turn this thing, let's not go down so low like it's an individual, you and I, and ever. The system fail every one of us. I'm here now in the US. My cousin is going back to Nigeria. You understand? When people tell you in abroad that they are going back to Nigeria, you feel like a child, you want to go. The people in Nigeria, if you are living in Nigeria going to abroad, they say, God go do my own one day, or I will go the abroad. But we in the abroad, we love to go back home. And when home don't look like home, we feel bad. KJ want to go back home, and he don't want to go back home with all type of nonsense security. He want to go back home and sit down in his father's compound and feel free to go greet all his uncles and auntie and go greet all his childhood friend with that security. You don't need to build your house and make everybody understand that you are living in your house. But when they leave, you jump fence, you go sleep in another person's house because you feel that if you sleep, people will come back and come kidnap you. My brother, we don't need this low-hanging fruit. You understand? That is not our problem. Tinubu failed us. Yes, we agree. But let's not trickle it down too much. Please. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that. The Blackstone, are you there? Thank you for joining us. What do you think? This topic has gone long, you know. I think I probably need to find a way to round it up. It's just that people keep coming. So, the Blackstone, what do you think about Tinubu going to France?
I say, what would I say? Good day to everybody on the panel and on the comment section. Yeah, Tinubu went to his second country now. Yeah, Tinubu will be going to France even before he become a Nigerian president. So it's nothing new. That is Tinubu's second country. At least, let me say, his place of rest, where if you want to have anything to go and relax after the Nigerian stress, we go take that and go to France and go and relax. All those ceremonies, for me, to just like, I guess one of the major reasons Tinubu always go to France is for medical treatment. That's my own personal belief. Because all those meeting Macron, do those things just to cover up. Because we know what happened when Buhari was in power. Everybody knew that when Buhari travels, he's going for medical checkup. So Tinubu have come with an idea to cover it up. Why must he always go to France? All the time, holidays, always go to France. And is there no good place in Nigeria, or does he have a good house in Lagos that can say, let me have my holiday here? Because it's only African president or Nigerian president that says I have to go to a holiday and he travels to a foreign country. No other countries does it. They have their place of holiday in their own country. So all this one we are just talking about Tinubu. Tinubu is just doing things or just putting things that are at least to make Nigerians to take away Nigerians' mind from what actually is going on, what is doing. And I don't believe going to France want to come and help us to improve our education or something. These are just political talks. I don't think France will come. I don't think even France will come. The Nigerian specialists in education will even accept it, because Nigeria has a curriculum. We have been operating our curriculum. It's not France that's coming to change Nigerian mindset when it comes to appointing educators or appointing professors or people who manage our institutions. The problem of Nigeria is institutional education, is mindset. It's our attitude, the attitude of not being able to improve on anything we are doing in Nigeria. We know what Nigerian university used to be. At least those days used to have the first 5 Nigerian universities. That when you graduate from all of these things, from all of these universities, you have direct, you can easily go into any of these first-class university abroad and do your masters, like University of Osaka, Ibadan, Ife, Benin, and so on and so forth. Today, where are those universities? Because when you begin to appoint people based on personal or who I know, not people that are qualified, they begin to destroy the institution. So we have destroyed our institution, and nobody's going to repay for us, because even if they will come, their impact will only last for some few months or some few years. Once they leave, everything go back to go down again. Are we going to say that we don't have Nigerians who are very intelligent? Don't we have good administrators? Don't we have good people who manage or who are good managers? So we have to ask ourselves, why is everything going down in Nigeria?
You want me to come and get that? Okay.
Can I respond to the Blackstone?
Let me finish my thought before you respond. So let's ask ourselves, what is the issue? And the issue of all these things is not because we don't have laws or we don't have, it is the implementation of our laws. It is people putting this right. It is this, so this implementation comes from mindset. It is people that change things. It's not things that change people. People change things. People put things in order. So when we cannot have people who are responsible, people can stand and say, I have integrity. I will not stain my name. When those people are not there, there's no thing that will work well in Nigeria. And they came and said, we want to use professors to be election managers and so forth. It is the professor today that direct election for people they won't taught in school. They ring the election for them. Even for those who don't even go to school, they ring the election for them. So what is it? So I don't know, people are supposed to have integrity, supposed to stand above other people and say, I will not compromise my integrity. I will not compromise my name no matter what. But we have those people who can stand and say, this is who I am, and this is what I will do, come what may. Nigeria will not move forward. We can talk and talk and talk and talk. We have to look deep down into ourselves. We have to be able to see where we are making mistakes, where we are going wrong. And until we discover this and have a change of mind, there's no way. No, even if the angel come from heaven today, Nigerians will corrupt them. Because that's the baseline of Nigerian society today. So we are talking about Tinubu Tinubu came from which in Nigeria. This is Nigeria might grow up in Nigeria. He knows everything what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He's enriching himself and his family. And this we are talking about because he doesn't have sympathy for the poor people. That's why he said, I don't care. No matter what, I have to do my reform. If you die, you die. You eat. That's not my problem. So that's the mindset of that type of leader we have who doesn't care for the citizens. And as we are talking here today, people are still cashing out in Nigeria. There are a lot of corruption. I heard on Friday, after removing subsidy from electricity, but this year they are paid 2.5 billion as subsidy. Where does it come from? That's the country we live in. That's the people that are there managing the economy, managing the country for us. No more subsidy. But the money I paid for subsidy is even higher than even what Buhari was paying. Where is it coming from? Are these not people who are doing these things? Will they say don't know those people? So let's bring people to book. If you cannot bring people to book who are corrupt and everything, how are we going to change the society? So people can fly to anywhere, go and make noise. For me, it's just noise. It's just like I guess it feels like flying. That's what I see. Because you cannot stay in Nigeria for 1 month or 2 months, not flying away from Nigeria. So I think that's why he bought a brand new jet so that he can enjoy his time. So just going anywhere to make noise and the great Nigeria, and he come back and say, "I'm doing my job. I'm weighing investors." You cannot weigh investors to a place whereby everything is rotting. Who going to put his money into a place, into a society whereby nothing comes out of it? Thank you.
Thank you. I think we're going to have a quick break so that we can transition to the
please,
topic
can I
of
respond?
refinery. Yeah, I'll give you a chance to respond briefly. I hope nobody tries to respond further, so that we can go to the issue of the refinery and the topic. All right, so please go ahead and respond briefly.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I heard what a lot of people have said, but particularly the Blackstone and others. Like, we tend to blame ourselves for the problems that we're going through in Nigeria, the reality in Nigeria, how Nigeria is a failing state. Like, we talk about how our government spends money anyhow on government expenditure. We talk about how, foreign investment cannot come because Nigeria is so bad. It's in a very deplorable state. It is not wrong. But the problem is that is not exactly the cause of the problem. It's like when someone has malaria and he has headache, he has fever. Those are symptoms. The person has malaria. Those are symptoms. The major point I want to make is that investment does not lead to development. No country in the world developed through investment. Development is investment in the people. You invest in the people. They call it human capital development. You invest in your people. France cannot do that, right? It's the Nigerian government that will do that. But the reason why the Nigerian government cannot do that is because there's a bigger system in place to keep Nigeria down. Those people that we are blaming for Nigeria's failures, Tinubu, our political elites, and others, they are agents. These guys are agents. They are not just there. They're not just there from nowhere and decided that they hate the people. No, there is a system in place called Western imperialism, neo-colonialism. These guys, they are there. They are puppets to the imperial powers, including France. They serve the interest of these countries. That is why all these things that we're saying is valid. In all things the Blackstone said about our institutions being bad and all that, it is because our institutions are foreign controlled, they are foreign funded, and at the same time too, everything is focused on privatization. That's the reason why. So I want to just say that we need to focus on the root cause rather than focusing on just the symptoms. Like, it is very valuable. We need to look at the root cause. So I will stop there. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's just go on a quick break and, let's just enjoy some relaxing music, to lift some of our spirits. It's been a great day with all the gathering and all. So let me find one. Where is the song again? It was just here a moment ago. All right. I found it. All right. Thank you.
Okudilio, 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 Nyekelanio, Chukuna Malugo Yobiadio Cha. Agaranya chogo kowe bili, agaranya chogo kowe rienio. Owe chuku bezie chuku. Nuche chukwa busigi fegemeo, nuche chukwa busia ifegemeo. Ni fosolo ne asi alibazie. Owe bebe agaranya muliba, owe wuru agaranya bibe solia, mano agaranya wa, owe afiozi elipakwa. Agaranya chogo kowe bili, agaranya chogo kowe rienio. Owe chikubezi olisa. Kodili ma, kodili bemo, kodili wakema, kodili wanima. Naino kwane we beluge beluo. Kodili ma, kodili bemo, kodili kemo, kodili heyo. Ibedwe me wanem, nikadiezi bohimo.
All right. So yeah, let's get back to the topic of the Nigerian refinery. Port Harcourt Refinery is quite a big news. When I heard it, I thought it was a great thing that the refinery is back in operation. Then all the enemies of progress came out and started pouring cold water on it, saying it's a blending plant, that nothing is happening there. I don't know what the truth is anymore now. I was beginning to think that things are looking for up. That if the refinery comes on stream, Dangote refinery is supplying petrol too. The demand for the dollar will reduce, and the Nigerian currency will appreciate. Guess what is going to happen? The petrol price will crash. If the petrol price crashes, Nigerian workers have already gotten a pay rise. So it means that they are going to start feeling better. They will have more money to spend, disposable income. But I don't know what is going on with this refinery. Man of Prestige, what do you think? Is it for show or is it real? And is it a good thing that the Nigerian refinery is back on, is working?
Yeah, thank you very much. I thought I was going to talk about the tax bill. That's the one I read and that's the one I read very well. I have an insight about. But you brought this up. You're the moderator, so
thank you.
Yeah, having said that, I mean, it's like everything in Nigeria, which is like abracadabra. When I first heard about it, I thought it was a move in the right direction. But as we know, somebody in River State, or I don't know the person in particular, the traditional in that particular area, they said it was that oil has been there in the last 3 years. So that's what they are using, to make it seem like they are pumping oil. But that get to baffle me. Why does Nigeria does that? I mean, are we going to live on propaganda, try to make the government look good without doing the right thing? Eventually, people is going to know whether you're pumping oil or not. I mean, what's the purpose of that? I just don't understand about when it comes to Nigerian space. We don't do anything correct, But I hope the people who speculated that, there's no oil being pumped, all those trucks being showed here was just for a showcase or whatever. But why would they go to that length to deceive us? You see, this is why it's very difficult to believe anything coming from Nigerian space. The government is even the worst liar, the worst propaganda. It's all about making the government look good without producing something that is right. Eventually, all this in a hiding propaganda is going to come out. So I guess we have to wait to see what actually happened, who is right and who is wrong. I think the NNPC came yesterday and said that what was showcased about 2 or 3 days ago was the right thing. You know, they have started producing, but I don't know how, up to what capacity. Like I said, I've not read about that. The only thing I was so much focused was the tax bill, you know. So I don't know what's the outcome right now. That's the only information I have.
Thank you. Yeah, I think Oga Ike. Yeah, please go ahead. What do you think about the Nigerian Port Harcourt Refinery commencing? Do you believe it's real?
My brother forefather, I think I said when I was making my first comment, Nigerian government is a scam, and nothing, all those things are scam. Mr. Prestige was saying, how could they lie on something like that? If they could lie on common plane, how much is plane? If they could lie that they have a national carrier now, it was on this platform. I said, when they said it, I was talking here, I said, from now till tomorrow, you will discover that this thing is scam. It's not up to 2 hours. Breaking news came. Ethiopian Airline, it was airline that belonged to Ethiopian Airline. They went to national call and said they have a flight. And that's it. So, and we're talking about NNPC, which you know is that the engine economy of Nigeria. They can go, they can, listen, I said it on my opening remark, it's a scam. Nigeria is what it is. A government that is based on propaganda and lies and scam is always like this, because whenever they lie, after 2 days, 3, 4 days, you see the real truth and they begin to clean up. That's why in the presidency, how many spokesmen do they have? They're up to 7. I don't know how many they are. Everybody, I don't know what the spokesmen.
No, Dr. Ike, they are 13. It's 13 of them.
Okay. I don't know what government is doing with 13 spokesmen in one government. You can imagine the craziness of what we're talking about. So I want to tell you that I believe that man who I watched on the interview, it is a scam. It's not just a news. It's every Nigerians know. These things are scam. So my brother and forefather, I do not believe anything this government says, because 90% of what they have said turn out to be lies. So which one am I going to believe? Right? So it's just I pour out my frustration on my first comment, because I am so upset with Nigeria, with what is going on. You never wake up in the morning and hear any good, before you think you are hearing the good news, another breaking news will come. So listen, it's frustrating, my brother. I do not believe this government. I don't even see them as government. Like I told you, it's an illegitimate government, and I will never ever, whatever they do it for themselves. As long as I am concerned, I don't care what they do, because Nigerians that are living there know what everybody saying is the truth. It's a government of scam. They have captured everything. They have the machinery. They were telling us that Wike was banned from Asorok. Was it not the same Wike that is with the man in France? So listen, my brother, I have nothing to say about the Port Harcourt Refinery scam, my brother.
Thank you, man. When I saw it, I was, like, is that a national refinery that we spend billions fixing, or is it one of these, one where they tamper with the pipeline and start stealing? It's like the guys don't look professional. Nothing like the Dangote one. That's why I play the video, so we see the contrast.
Sorry, forefathers. Watch from now to the next 2 weeks. If you not hear that man who gave that interview has been arrested by the police or the military, because this is what they do. I think when somebody like you, who is a journalist, when you make an allegation against a government, I think the first thing the government is supposed to do is to make their own investigation. It's not to arrest somebody who has said something. Investigate as a government machinery. Use their machineries to make an investigation, find out what is the truth. But no, because they want to silence everybody. They want to silence any news that is they know that is not to their favor. So, my brother.
Thank you, man. That refinery was okay. Yeah. Tone hasn't said anything. He's just coming. Let me see if I can get his name. I think I can't see his name. Sorry. Tony. Okay. Thank you for joining us. There is audio in your background. You may want to.
Can you?
Are you on a trip or something? You know, it's like there's a lot of sound in the background. Yeah, if it is TV, turn it off or something. Please go ahead. You're muted. Oh, muted again. You're muted. You're still muted. You are still muted. Okay. You see this phone business? Go ahead.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Greetings to everybody at the platform and those listening. I'm currently in Nigeria. Yes, I'm speaking from Nigeria. I've been listening. I've been listening for a while from the discussion on the president's trip to Paris. I think that there is some misconception about the the Port Harcourt Refinery. Is it working? Yes, it is working. What is the capacity? Is 60%. What is it producing? Is Kero. It's not producing fuel as we speak. And I think that that information has not been properly conveyed by the press. So it's not a scam. It's not. It's not a scam. There's a turnaround that was done, partially successful. Fuel hasn't started refining crude. And so that's why we haven't really seen much in terms of output.
Sorry, so those trucks that they asked them to come and start loading, so they are loading kerosene only?
It's Kero. It's not PMS. It's not PMS. So that's the situation. So I just want to correct the impression that some people in the platform have said it's a scam. It's not a scam. There's a turnaround, and we need to commend the government because this is something that has been on, and every successive government has been failing. But there's some progress. But the story is not being told. This is a fact that you can cross-check. But like I said, it's Kero. It's all about Kero right now that is being produced. So watch and see how this is going to turn around.
Let me just ask you,
and what impact?
The kerosene, is it something we used to buy from overseas before now, or our local refiners were already able to make kerosene?
It's the story of Kero is unfortunate because this is a poor man's. This is something that is used for domestic application, and that's unfortunately government has not focused on it so much. Maybe because in terms of profit, it doesn't get more money. In terms of export.
So were we buying it before from overseas?
I'm not sure about that, but you hardly will go to the fuel station and ask for kerosene and get it. You hardly will get there. So what you see is diesel and PMS, because PMS is what is mostly consumed and what people use for both domestic application and for cars and so on. So
can I ask Mr. Tony something?
Yeah,
what did they use kerosene
I think
for?
I think it was Righteous Man first.
I just wanted to ask him something. What did they use kerosene currently in Nigeria for? Is it for lamp or whatever? Do you know what is this kerosene?
Are you asking me? But you know that the rich men in Ikoyi and Victoria Island and Banana Island don't use kerosene. They don't use it. So
what they use kerosene? Who use kerosene in Nigeria?
It's sad because this is what the poor man in the villages use and so on. Even in the cities, they use for their lanterns, they use for cooking and all sorts. So that aspect was neglected for a long time. How many people use gas? The poor man doesn't use gas. He can't afford it. It's expensive. So yeah, but let's see what's going to happen. I expect that you could do anything of such with Port Harcourt or Kaduna Refinery, because these are old. Technology is old, and a lot of money has been poured into it. And so for some people, it was just a waste of time. So forget about this thing. And particularly in the age where we are in now, where technology has advanced so much. So some people said, pumping in, putting in money there, just a waste. And we've wasted quite a lot of money on those refineries.
Yeah, we
right now as we speak. Yeah, right now as we speak, I'm wondering if you have a breakdown if the parts will be available, because this is old technology.
I would have thought the parts should be readily available. What kind of parts are the pipe here and pipe there? A few this thing here. I don't know what the big deal is. I don't know. KJ, please go ahead.
Why KJ? Does he stone? He's just coming in now. Well, go around.
No, I think he just wanted to interject. So that we can go.
You don't bring my talkie.
I thought it was just interjection. I thought it was just interjection. Man of President has spoken. Tony has spoken. So I think it's Paul's turn then. If it's not an interjection, then it's Paul's turn.
It's just an interjection. I want to say to Mr. Tony, much as your story sounds very sweet, you are probably very far away from the truth. And I say that because I have more information on that. And this information are coming from people who work in the refinery. Okay? So all that whatever the government is doing, they know what they are doing. They want to deceive the Nigerian people to think that this product they are loading now has been in that place, okay, for long. And if in fact that is what they are just simply loading. And the first day they loaded six tankers. The second day they loaded 4 tankers. As we're talking today, they're not loading. So what are you saying? Yesterday they didn't load.
Can I reply?
Look as if maybe people.
Can I reply to that? Can I reply to that? This is what you read. This is what you read.
Yeah, let him
This is
finish.
what.
Try to keep it brief, KJ, so that Paul can go.
Yeah.
Listen, I just want to conclude. It's not what I read. There are videos on internet in the internet. These days you can hardly lie because
it's a blending machine. It's a blending machine. They are blending it. They're not even processing it. They are blending. That's what they said. They are blending. I bet.
So let me just call to attention some things on these viewers. The people that have been donating today are people we like to describe as enemies of progress, like one man went to Mo, and who is the other one? The Kolata. Kolata is like a possessed man, and it's only Igbo basic that has donated good money. You see all the money. The others, they are using $2 to insult people. But Kolata, we appreciate it nonetheless. But I'm just saying that all the so-called well-wishers, where are you?
Hold
on, Dr. Damage's break cooler here. Where is your money? After they will start insulting all these so-called people that they don't like.
When you tell them the bitter truth, they call it machine.
What is this now?
Machine. I'll keep telling it to your face what is going on. You can't deceive Nigerian people no more. If you like, call me propaganda from now till tomorrow. I will insist on saying that. Okay? Thank you.
I don't believe people being skeptical after the Nigerian Airways stuff. Not a bit palaver. Righteous man, brief one, please.
Yeah, my brother that just spoke. Please, are you working there, or you are a government agent, or you belong to the APC? Because, as you said, you are in Nigeria. Are you in Port Harcourt? Do you work in the refinery? Because the national televisions in Nigeria, first and foremost, reported that PMS were lifted from that refinery until until somebody came on board to refute it and showed evidence, just like what KJ said. The crude they loaded there about some years back was what they were trying to pump out. Not that the refinery has started working. And when you are talking of government, credit to government, which government? Because the Tinubu administration, when he spoke that day, gave the credit to Buhari, not to his government. So I don't know which government you are referring to that should be giving credit for the fake publication of pumping PMS, which never happened. It was kerosene they pumped out, but they came to deceive us. And you are telling us to give the government credit for telling us lies and deceiving us? Oh my God.
Thank you.
Can I respond?
Okay, brief response so I can go to Paul. And Paul will probably give you something.
I have given the facts as I know them. So there are journalists there, you can research. I don't think that in a platform like this, we just keep peddling things that are not substantiated. I think I still say here in the platform that the Kaduna Refinery, that the Port Harcourt Refinery is working, but not to full capacity. And I've said what it's producing. That's what I know. You can research it. So I'm not standing. I'm not a government megaphone, and I'm just speaking from what I know.
Mr. Tony, it is on this platform when we said that the airways, Nigerian Airways, was not in existence. People fought and fought and fought. Eventually, now look at where we left us. So I'm not even ready for that. You know,
Nigerian Airways.
People who are working in the refinery have said
even that.
You are saying we are
even that you got to get your facts right. You know, Ethiopian airline used to be the best in Africa airline. I don't know if it's so, and it has had an arrangement with you messed up your Nigerian Airways, and when you were flying, everybody was flying free. Politicians and people who were working in Nigerian Airways were flying free, taking their girlfriends and so on. You didn't know that you're robbing that airline and destroying that airline. So you're paying for the consequences of your action. Now, what has happened is that there have been so many attempts to bring back for Nigeria to have a carrier. It has failed. So Ethiopian Airline, this is not only with Nigeria that they're working with. You know, Nigeria went into arrangement with Ethiopian Airline to help it, which is a shame for me, you know, to help it and resuscitate, you know, its flying capacity. And so that it was a lease agreement. So everything Nigeria was doing was actually under Ethiopian Airlines. So
what about betting Nigeria? What happened to betting Nigeria?
The facts, what I'm saying is that there's a lot that is being put out there that is not properly explained to people in a way that they can relate. They can relate to. So a part of it is the politician.
Has put everything in the public domain.
Okay, please, can I come in because they're going to shut down this program in the next 20 minutes? Please.
Thank you.
Yeah. For father, it's so funny when we talk about this thing. You see, some of us went to school. When you do research, you go defend your research. You understand? So sometimes when some people tell us, say, go do research, give us materials that we can do research with. Why don't you give us where we can research? Because some of us, maybe as little as only Arise News, we get to understand that it's a blended product. You understand? And that research may not be correct, but that's the only one I can lay my hands and everything. You can give me alternative so that I can double check my information, so that I can be well updated with my info. That's just it. So the Nigerian refineries, I don't really think it works very well because when we're talking about DPK is one of the lowest byproducts that comes out from crude. You understand? How do you start? You didn't even get your PMX and everything. You just go straight to DPK. You understand? DPK, don't get me wrong, DPK, Nigeria really need DPK because gas is very, very expensive for the downtrodden in Nigeria today. So if they pump a lot of DPK into the country, some of us will go back to our stove and use our kerosene, as is known, kerosene, DPK, dual purpose kero. We can use it. You understand? But there's nothing wrong for government to understand the pain that people are going through. That's why they try to make provision for people to have this DPK. We don't need all the lie. We don't need all the lie that the refinery is working. If the refinery works, give us PMX. You understand? Give us everything that we want. You understand? We need Jet A1, aviation fuel. Dangote today supply Heathrow. You understand? Sell aviation fuel in the UK today. You understand? Give us the things that will make life easy. It's not working, just come outside. It's a work in progress. But we don't need to politicize everything that we do. Then when people talk about this aviation before they shut me down, when people talk about this aviation, every time they lie, I'm an aviator. That, oh, they allow everybody to fly. That was make Nigeria Airways go down. That is a lie. I live in the US. I work here. Look, if you work in Delta Airline for 10 years, you're going to fly, you and your family, for life. If you work in United for 10 years, you're going to fly. If you resign, you are no longer working there. You're going to fly for life for free. What is free? It is called standby. If I want to fly today, I am standby. If no passenger, the aircraft is not full, that is when I will come in. So people can fly the so-called Nigeria Airways. When there's no passenger, you put people in. That's how you market people. That's how you lure people. It doesn't really matter. Working Nigeria Airways, it is not about the aircraft. You understand? It is about our maintenance culture. You understand? It's our maintenance culture. The way you do your C check, your A check, your B checks, and every other thing. So when you say Ethiopia is doing very well, it's not the passengers Ethiopia carry. Ethiopia use those things to market people. But Ethiopia do very well to maintain nearly the whole of South Africa, South America aircraft. They all go there for C check. Instead of you to spend the $200,000 to go for C check in America or to go to Toulouse in France, why not go to Ethiopia where you can spend the $70,000? So they make more money in terms of maintenance. You understand? That is what kill airline. How you carry passenger in Naira and you maintain the aircraft in dollars or in euro. You understand? So it's not those passengers. It's time for us to say the truth than for us to be playing. We cannot politicize all our life. That's all I'll say for now. So the other people will come.
Thank you. Let me share this video about what somebody was saying about the refinery. I think Sho shared this link with us. So let me play quickly.
I don't think it's cause for celebration yet. What we are having in the media space is what we have on ground. I can tell it to you on authority as a community person that it was just a mere show we had on Tuesday at the Port Harcourt depot. A mere show in the sense that the Port Harcourt refinery, we call it Area 5, that is the old refinery, is merely on skeletal operation. When I say skeletal, some units were recently brought up and is running. Not the entire unit of the old refinery is functional as we speak. Very slow. I will give them the credit that at least they have started something, but not to say that, according to the chief head of corporate communication of the NNPC Limited, they have put it on the media that they are already producing 1,400,000 barrels per day. But that's not the case. That's not true. It's a very big, I don't want to use the word lie, but as an agency that are holding the oil industry on trust for Nigerians, they shouldn't put out some of this information that are not true. The true picture of what happened on Tuesday is that the NNPC has been under pressure to televise to Nigerians that everything is okay, and then that the old refinery started functioning. I can tell you that the GMD or the CEO, as it were for now, was in Port Harcourt since Monday. The other MDs were also in Port Harcourt. The MD of Port Harcourt Refinery and those heading the operations department, they didn't sleep through the night of Monday breaking Tuesday because of this whole event they had on Tuesday. What was the true picture? The old Port Harcourt Refinery is built with its own utilities, different from the new Port Harcourt Refinery. In terms of tank farm, the tank farm that is servicing the old Port Harcourt Refinery has a different loading gantry at the depot. The party they had on Tuesday was held at the new loading gantry that is directly connected to the new refinery. And so, how does that work? It's impossible. They went there because the storage facility for the old refinery had some stock, old stock, that has been there for over 3 years. And so what they had, they released that stock and then loaded 6 trucks and then televised it to Nigerians that is the production from the old refinery, Port Harcourt Refinery. That is not true. That is not true, Dr. Abate. And so I like Nigerians to know the truth. But they don't need to believe me, because Nigerians, no matter how you paint the true pictures to them, they get sentimental, they get tribal, they want to whip some sentiment and all that. The product that was loaded, and let it be on record that it was only 6 trucks. According to them, they put so many data out there, but it was only 6 trucks. They were using it to calibrate the new loading gantry. But it's not a new refined product from the old refinery. That is not. I think that is the status we have. As at yesterday, they also loaded. But let me shock you, Dr. Abate. If we are celebrating that the Port Harcourt old refinery is already functional, how come they loaded only 4 trucks of product the whole day? I mean, starting from 7 a.m., that work resumes at the Port Harcourt depot. It was only 4 trucks that was loaded till about 8 at night. Only 4. And these 4 trucks were actually under the loading bay areas. They were loading them, and they say it's automated. How can you have a truck under a bay for more than 6 hours under an automated system? Back in the years when we had manual loading system, it doesn't take 45 minutes for one 30,000 or 33,000 liters of truck to be fully loaded. You can ask from any operational staff or any person that has been at the depot area. Manual system loads a truck for about 45 minutes. So fully automated, fully rehabilitated, and then you tell us it's 70% operational, and then you're loading 4 trucks for a whole day, 1 truck staying under the loading gantry for more than 6 to 7 hours.
Yep. Welcome to Nigeria, the country where old tech is new tech. What am I go? See, this kind of stuff gives me trust issues, man. I don't know where to start with this one. I really don't know where to start. I'm just completely.
Please, if you can allow me, I want to step out for a while.
Olga Ike, you want to talk now?
No, I want to step out. I just want 1 minute to say something. I step out and then I come back.
All right, sir.
Okay. My brother who said that it's not a scam, and Mr. Paul, who is in this field, maybe I should remove scam, and like the young man was saying, let me not say it's a lie. Okay, maybe let me use deceit. Is it deceit is okay for you, or lies is okay for you, or instead of scam, let me withdraw scam and say it was all about deceit and lies. So forefathers, at least you make a lot of research from the news. It was an arise from what you are hearing. You can make your mathematics and know where this country called Nigeria is. God bless you. I'll be back in 1 hour time. Don't take me out completely with forefathers. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. So yes, this is thank you for joining us. I don't know, Paul, have you okay, Paul has spoken. The Blackstone
Forefathers,
hasn't spoken. Before I get into
I
trouble
want to
with the
go
Blackstone.
now. I just want to quickly address that man that calls his name Tony. I don't know why he should be wearing behind that name in the first place. It's an insult to myself. Sir, with all due respect, you're a liar. That's what I've come to tell you. You are lying. You live in Nigeria. You don't even you said are you trying to listen? You better watch the place that you come and give us rubbish. This platform is full of very smart people. Let me just tell you. Thank you. You can put me backstage. I'll come back later.
Thank you. Thank you for coming to
Forefathers, can I respond to that, please? Just 1 minute.
It's all right. It's all right. They just said that you're a liar.
No, I'm not. No issues. No issues. I just wanted to say that I did say from what the video that you posted is quite clear. You can compare it to what I said here. As for the man, I mean, it doesn't. I'm not going to gratify him by giving any reply because it's just I live in the United States. I'm on a visit to Nigeria, and Nigeria is my country. So he can call me names. He didn't give me that name. So, but you see, when you bring people like this on the platform, they give this platform a bad name. We have to be factual. As much as we say that things are not working well in Nigeria, we must speak the fact. I did say. I mean, what's the difference from what this guy said and what I said? I said Cairo was not. I mean, I said petrol was not being produced. It was not being refined. I said that clearly, and he said that. I said it was Cairo, and I said 60%. So there was no full capacity, and I said that people were being misinformed. So I think that we have to be a little bit careful with what we say in this platform, and then there are a lot of people who have quit this platform, quit listening to this platform because of the kind of things that I was listening when they were calling you all kinds of names and so on and so forth. It's unfortunate, that we're all Nigerians. There's nobody who is a better Nigerian than we are. No, we're all Nigerians. We may see things differently. We may belong, may have different political persuasions and so on and so forth. But nobody can claim to be more Nigerian than any Nigerian. And I think what we're discussing here, it's not just trying to castigate people and put people down and so on and so forth, but we're looking at solutions. If this
wow, it's in Nigeria. Okay, light is gone. Oh shit. That is not good. We like to support Nigeria, but this type of stuff is not helping.
Yeah. So the mistake he is making when they're talking about blended and refined, it's a two different technical word. That is the part. I think he didn't understand that part. You understand? It's blend and refine. And they blend courtesy with element petrochemical. You understand? Not even with the refinery. Go ahead, KJ.
Let me say something. You see, the challenge is that when
why you give my title KJ? I'm just the moderator.
enemies at the door.
Okay. You not bring my talking for me.
When such comments are made, you quickly find people who support it, even though those people also may not have all the information. Paul, remember the first time I was talking about this Nigeria Airways here? How they took me to the cleaners. They said all kinds of things. It was you who came that day to even put some things clear. Eventually, what we are saying played out.
Waste time.
Everybody's shame, not only to the Nigerian government, but all of us who are Nigerians, because it became a big scandal in the world. Okay, and then when we're talking about this thing, somebody comes here and begins to say, you propaganda. What propaganda? The people are not loading anything. It's not working. It is what they have there that they are now trying to manage, and they manage it. Yesterday they didn't load. Today they didn't load. And let's see what will happen tomorrow, which is going to be a working day.
KJ, let them just tell us the well that they got the crude. What well did you get crude that you refine? Where are you getting your crude that you refine? What well?
Let me talk my own. Talk along with American people. I'm not wait.
Talk.
You want to do your Thanksgiving? Go and eat your turkey.
No, you start with that one, American. You want to divide us internationally now. Okay.
Anyway, my take is this: is that actually Nigeria is full of deceit. Nigerian government is full of deceit. And there's no trust. We know NNPC, we know the antecedent of NNPC. NNPC have not be transparent or be truthful to Nigerian people. NNPC belong to Nigerian people, the taxpayers. But they have used NNPC to enrich themselves. You can't imagine, it's in Nigeria when a company that's not operating, they're having workers that are receiving salary. And they are going on fat. And they are so-called bringing so-called expatriates, so-called expatriates. I don't know any nation that employ people call them expatriates. Only Nigeria. It doesn't only happen in Nigeria. You know, so this is the problem we have in Nigeria. Everything about this government, and let me say APC government, is all based on lies. Tinubu said there's no more subsidy, but they are still paying subsidy in many things. So where is the truth? How can you expect your citizens now to trust you? And wherever you say they take it just like that, it will be people will dig into it to go and bring out the facts. Because NNPC has been in this fight with Dangote and so on and so forth. They did not care and say yes, Port Harcourt Refinery. When do they say that Port Harcourt Refinery will go into production? Is it not since last year? Now we are now at the end of this year. It just came out now. Or they come and play trick on Nigeria's intelligence. Say this is what you are doing. So it's just in fact, I don't know. When Jim was saying the foreign powers, the best way to kill your enemy if you know the weak point. The foreign powers, they know the weak point of Nigeria, which is corruption, money. And they will always use it to get what they want. So how can you blame them? It is a game. Politics is a game. International politics is a game. So he that plays best wins. So we are keep on blaming people, blaming foreign powers, blaming foreign authorities, agents, and so forth. They are coming there to come and make money. A businessman will always look at a place, the easiest way for him to make money and make it easy. So Nigeria is a place where foreigners, they say they're coming to investment. No, nobody's coming to come and invest in Nigeria. They will come and buy Nigerian stock bonds. They put their money in euro bonds and so on and so forth. B. Once it's matured, they catch it out, they sell it, they go away. That's the investment the foreigners are coming to do in Nigeria, nothing more than that one. Yeah. Have you heard that new factory has been built? Have you heard that this new? I don't just know. So this government is full of lies. That's from the APC. Let me put it: APC government is full of total lies. So this is a pity.
Yeah, so we are going to be ending this stream now. We are going to be going to the part 2 to keep this stream somewhere within the 3 hours mark. But we are going to be going to the next topic, which is the we're going to be covering the Independence Day ceremony and how ECPA was released, the implications of that. And we are going to be covering Okonjo-Iweala being also re-elected as head of WTO. I'm not sure that has helped us in any way, but we have to celebrate anything we can get. So that we are all in agreement. Yeah.
Like Kevin Badnock. Celebrate anything.
We have to take anything we can get at this stage.
What the WTO says established because of Nigeria.
That is that one. And I think there was one more area, the Chad and the Senegalese kicking the French out. And
the journalist, the stock.
That journalist that was arrested.
Yes, but
Fisayo.
Going there.
Yeah, was it for the because he covered the this in petrol,
the illegal bunkering.
Illegal bunkering. I think we'll cover that too. We'll cover that. I think we'll cover that. So I don't know which one to start with. I guess the Biafra one is a bit quite.
Father, please, let me just touch, please, 30 seconds. Let me just touch this refinery thing again. You see, the refinery thing is well planned. When they say well orchestrated, they plan it very well. Remember, no Ribado come to say, oh, we started 1.8 million barrels a day. Because they know, remember during the Dangote saga, they initially said that they paid, the foreign multinationals have paid for all our crude. So that's why they don't have anything to give Dangote. So if they want to say we start our Port Harcourt refinery, then people ask, so where do you get the crude from? Because you say you don't have any leftover crude to even give to Dangote. You see the way they plan these things and everything. Then how much crude did you get a day? Then one Mr. Tony said 60%, the refinery started working for 60%. Is this 60%? That is 6 tank is 60%. So which means 100% will be only 10 trucks a day. Nigeria is a joke. Go ahead.
Thank you. So I will be closing this one out. Then we're going to be starting the next one, covering the Biafran this story. And I think some people, let me see what's going on here. Yeah, I'm trying to find the ceremony. I don't know who has got videos of the ceremony itself. It's just people talking over it most of the time. You hear about the ceremony, what they were doing there.
It full everywhere now.
It looks like a fool everywhere. It looks like Jagaban has talked to YouTube to remove it because I'm not seeing it. I searched for it, I'm not seeing it. So
it's full, but for it look like a fool everywhere, but at the same time, it look like still they are still hiding their identity. People are there, but to some extent, they are still hiding their identity, kind of.
I can send one to KJ. Let me send one to KJ.
Yeah.
I have one.
Okay, yeah, send one, please. All right, I will be playing us out now with the national anthem. I think that should be more appropriate for.
Okay, forefathers, let me ask you. Why is it that this platform you only play Igbo song? Why don't you play other tribes?
Oh yeah, get me other ones. I will play it. Get me ones.
If you send us your song that it has copyright.
Send us from
I'll send it by
from south to north.
Yes, send us. If you can send us the ones that we don't have to pay for, that's okay.
Exactly. From the south to the north, we'll cover anybody, any song. All right. So let me play this anthem out. Then we'll round up with that and start with the new live stream. Okay, I will put the link, the private link for the new live stream in the private chat so that all panelists can be able to transition smoothly. And yeah, it's in the private chat now. And those that want to join us on the live stream straight up, I'll also include that in the public chat. Endeavor to join us because the conversation, I think that one is going to get a little bit more robust. I've been very gentlemanly. People have to admit I didn't interrupt so much. I tried my best. I kept my mouth shut, but I will be digesting the next one. So prepare, voila. So let me play us out till the next one. I think I was sharing the moment ago, wasn't I? All right, that's that there. All right. See you guys on the next live feed. Just look out for it, and it's right there. All right.
Patriot